All right, we're live. Hey
Here we
guys, we're here
are.
with Paul Talking Donkey, the one and only. How you doing
Hello.
today, man?
I'm doing great. Just great. Just getting out of work.
Yeah, been a tough. It was a tough day, or
Hello, hello.
yeah. How was your work day? Was it all right, or was it a tough day?
It was a very short day, but it was quite busy,
Oh
so
yeah,
it was good.
that's cool.
Let's get in, get out, make the money.
That's the way it should be, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
But
I was
yeah,
watching. I was watching this video today. It's a cool YouTube channel. I forget the name of it now, but this guy really knows a lot about writing films and stuff.
mhm.
And he was talking about MacGuffins. You know what a MacGuffin is, right?
MacGuffin.
Yeah, it's a term for film writing where it's kind of like the item that motivates the characters to do what they're going to do in the movie, but the audience doesn't really care about it. So it's kind of like a cop out. You know, a lot of people don't like it because it's like a really simple way of getting the characters to get together and do what they're going to do in the movie without working too hard. So it's kind of a cop out.
Okay.
But if you think about like a movie like the Avengers, where they have all these like cubes that they have to go after, you know what I'm saying? And it's
Right.
but we don't really, as the audience, we don't really care about that, right? We're focusing more on the characters, and it's like, oh, whatever, whether they get it or not, it doesn't matter. But then you go into a movie like Pulp Fiction, where the MacGuffin is the the thing in the briefcase that they want back, but you never see it. You know what I'm saying? And it's barely in the movie. So really you focus more on character development, stuff like that, and nobody really, not even the characters are focusing on that.
Right.
So
Okay.
that's more of less lazy in writing because he just here's what they're after, whatever, like let's focus on the characters. Whereas in
Right.
the movie, it's like in like movies like Avengers or the New Justice League, it's like, oh, this is this device, and basically spent most of the time talking about this device and going into it, and still nobody cares, like
Yeah, a lot of plot development for no reason.
yeah, exactly. And then you lose character development over it. So it was pretty interesting. The
I've
other
never
thing I
heard
was
that term.
the other YouTube video of his I was watching was about he was going into Rocky and how everything's so formulaic now. So this writer released a book that now everybody in Hollywood uses, and it basically formulates how to write a script. And they're like, oh, you have to reach your catalyst for the story by page 12. And then this guy's like, that's bullshit. Look at Rocky. Like, you don't fight, he doesn't get his match given to him for against what's his name, Apollo Creed, till like page 55 of the script. And they spent the whole basically like half of the movie just
Just
getting
developing
you,
character.
yeah, just getting you to emotionally connect with Rocky, and knowing that he's a lonely guy, and he's an underdog. And so by the time he does get the fight in the catalyst, you understand, that he's an underdog, and that this is something huge.
Right. Yo,
I find,
Adrian. What a great movie. I remember seeing that way back in the
oh
day.
yeah, I was watching Rocky since I was like 6 years old. Like, this guy's awesome. And you really do emotionally connect with that character. You really do feel bad for him and want him and cheer for him to win.
Right.
And what
Hey,
happens
well,
at the end? He
I got
doesn't
a
even win.
moment. I just want to give a very special shout out here. I just want to say hello, Kelly.
Uh, is Kelly in here? Oh, she is.
Yes, she is.
Her panties are so wet right now. Hi, Kelly. How you guys doing in the chat?
Aw,
Oh, I
it's
see a
such
lot.
nice things being said.
Yeah, I see a lot of hearts. Alf, we can't wait to see you fucking Mexican. You can see me right now. What are you talking about? Fucking weirdo. So what's going on,
So,
man?
how's your day going?
My day off, so I just lounged all day. I've had a
Nice.
really bad sleep schedule where I was waking up at like 4 p.m. every day. So I got to wake up. I got to sleep all day and all night and all day, and wake up early. So that's cool. Get my schedule back in order.
Yeah,
What?
I'm always up
Alf, we
pretty
can't see
early.
you. You can't
6
see me?
a.m. kind of person.
Do you see me, Paul? Don't you? Oh, I
Um,
see why. You know why? Because I clicked on your. I see what it is. I clicked on your your icon thing in Google Hangouts, so the camera's frozen on you. I just realized. I'm dumb. All right, there I am. Hey guys, with my new Black Panther shirt with nice 70s artwork on it.
Nice. Back in my era.
Yeah. Which was we had an interesting conversation. What was that, yesterday? Where we were talking about 70s shows. 70s shows and how they don't make them like that anymore.
Yeah, I love the old intros to the old show with the big music, the big cheesy music.
And the colors.
Yeah. I was a big fan. This is before your time, even. We talked about yesterday. I was a big fan of 1 Adam 12. Those were reruns even when I was a kid. But Emergency, of course, the $6 Million Man.
Yeah, Amy's talking about this. She likes my beard right now. I was like, I just shaved. That's why I cleaned it up.
Yeah, I got one going on too. It's clean shaven in the summer and then burly in the winter. It's kind of a coast to Maine thing.
Yeah, I do the same thing in the winter. I let the beard grow out. It keeps your face warm.
Yeah, especially on those windy days, you know. There's wind chill up here.
Yeah, how cold is it over there? It's got to be freezing, right?
Today was actually nice. It was above freezing. We got a few inches of snow last night.
Ah, there you go. That snow finally reached you. It's 41 degrees here. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, winter started off pretty rough here. We had a deep freeze and a shit ton of snow for about a week and a half, and then it's been above freezing ever since, save for last night where we got about 3 inches.
It was like winter came early and then just calmed down, right? It was like that here too. And well, it's supposed to snow Friday, so if you're just getting our Monday snow now, then you'll probably get it by like Tuesday or something.
That's just what we need. It's a little more, even though it's been warm, it hasn't all melted we've got a shit ton of snow on Christmas and the week after. It's still there. It's good for the ski resorts. Ski resorts in Maine have been suffering for the last 10 years because, well, climate change, I would say.
Yeah, that's got to be right. That's got to be rough on certain businesses that have to deal with snow.
Usually, even when they don't get snow, it's cold enough that they can make snow. We make a lot of snow around here, but these warm winters, they just can't make snow.
You make snow, like with snow machines?
Yeah, exactly. It's basically a fire hose that shoots through a great big fan, and then by the time it hits the ground, it's snow. Yeah,
I always wondered how that worked. I've heard it, but I've never seen it in effect.
Yeah.
We don't I don't think we have any ski areas here, so we don't make it.
Yeah, Jersey isn't known for its mountains.
Yeah, we got hills, but not mountains. We used to snowboard down like hills on the street when it would snow bad enough.
Oh yeah, we used to do what they called skitching.
Oh, skitching, like holding on to vehicles.
Yeah, you lay a bike down in the middle of the road, and all your friends hide behind the snowbank, and the car slows down and stops while you go to take your bike out of the road, and all your friends pile onto the bumper behind the car.
Yeah, we used to do that with skateboards. You like hold on to the back of a bus or something. It'll take you a couple blocks.
Yeah.
My one friend hurt himself real bad doing that because worst thing to do. He held on to, like the grate for like the exhaust or whatever, like for the air conditioning or whatever, and he's holding on to that while it's going, and it hit it, and it did a short stop, so his hand went right in, and then in pulling it out, it cut into his finger and stuff, and like it went down to the bone.
That's not good.
Yeah, he had to get it so that they had to put a hole through his finger so they could put a string to it to attach it to like something else to keep his finger like this, like while it healed and shit. It was fucking nuts.
We used to. I have 3. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah. I was going to say, I have 3 older brothers. We used to do the craziest shit. I mean, craziest shit when I was younger. My poor mom, single mom, so she had her hands full with 5 kids. But Hurricane Gloria, this was years ago, came up through, I think this was early 80s. And it was January or so when it came through. And mom was working late that night and called and told us to stay in the house and don't go anywhere. And mom came home from work late at night. It was about 10 p.m. We had found a shopping cart and we'd taken one of her bed sheets and put it between the two pool cues, stood on either side of the shopping cart. My brothers did. I was in the shopping cart, and we were literally sailing down the middle of the road in the hurricane.
Whoa.
For Mom to discover when she came home. My mom's the same.
Billy Bong said 1984. Pretty sure I was 5. I was 5 too.
Thanks, Billy. Yeah. Thanks, Billy.
Hey, Billy. Billy said I stole a package of Ovaltine from the store, and my father made me go back and return it during the hurricane. You remember the hurricane of 84, Billy? I was 5 too. I don't remember it at all.
Yes,
I remember.
I got the wisdom.
I think it was like 86. There was a tornado that came through Jersey. I was in my city, and I was in school, and they went through this whole thing like, oh, we got to duck under the desks and all this. They were making this big deal. Tornado comes, and it was so fucking weak. It was you could actually see every single little raindrop like spinning around in it from how weak it was. We're looking out the window like, this is all it is. Like, tornadoes are nothing.
We had the only time I've ever experienced a tornado, I was in Texas. I was in the Air Force at the time. I was at Shepherd Air Force Base, Wichita Falls, Texas. And at the time, I was the dorm chief of the dorm I was in. So I was in charge of all the students who were going to the tech school. At nighttime, all of the sergeants go home and basically leave the student commanders in charge. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning. A small tornado hit the side of essentially. So the tornado alarms went off. So I knew, obviously, take cover, stay inside, tornado coming. But then lightning struck the building that we were in, set off the fire alarms. So we had, we had like 800 airmen trying to file outside directly into a tornado. So I was left with the choice: do we stay in a burning building or do we go outside into a tornado? So yeah, we stayed inside.
Yeah, that's probably the better choice. Just don't touch anything metal.
So sun setting here, days are getting a little bit longer. We get the very short days up here in the northeast.
Yeah, man, that must be weird. What time does the sun usually go down there?
This time of year, well, it's down now. It's
oh wow.
Yeah, it goes almost till 5 o'clock now. Usually 4:30 is the shortest of the days. We come up around 6:30, get down around 4:30, 4:45.
It just starts going down now here, and then probably by like 7 or 8, it'll be dark. Sometime between then.
So I got to. We've talked about this a couple of times. I am way overdue for a trip to the city, the big city.
Yeah, man, you got to come down.
See some friends. Yeah,
we got to go out for a meal and a couple of beers.
I lived there on 2 different occasions. Made great money and spent every bit of it on my girlfriend and eating. And,
yeah, well, New York's the place to spend your money.
The food. I love the food. I love restaurants. I love food.
Yeah, sometimes people don't understand that because they don't know New York City that well, but you can get any food you want in New York City, any food from around the world, and it's always done at like top quality.
Yeah. I mean, I've never been to China or anything, but I've always said best Chinese foods in New York, best Chicago pizzas in New York, everything.
Even the Chicago pizzas are better in New York.
Hi, Chris Holowicki.
Oh, Holowicki's here.
No, I don't know.
The Chicago. Yeah, you know what? I wish I asked him that now. I didn't even think about it. I wish I talked to him about what he thinks about Chicago pizza. I don't think he's ever been to New York, though, so that's something he's going to have to do to try out some New York pizza.
Yeah.
For me, deep dish pizza is weird because, like, pizza to me is something that you can eat on the go. You know, you grab a slice, you fold it, and you walk down the street and eat it, or you eat it quick standing up in the shop and then get on your way. You know?
You can't do pizza place.
You can't do that with Chicago pizza. You got to sit down and use a knife and fork. That's weird.
Yeah, that's sacrilegious, knife and fork. My favorite pizzeria in New York, it's right on the corner of 12th Street and 6th Avenue. It's right in the corner of the village. It's called Ray's Pizza.
Oh, yeah, Ray's is the best.
They don't even have chairs. They just have the high top stand-up tables with all the spices and everything on it. Best
There's a couple of Rays, but they're all like one is Ray's, one's like famous Ray's, one's classic Ray's or something like. It's like Ray's Pizza got huge and people.
They're all trying to be mistaken for Ray.
Yeah, exactly. And there's actually like if you look up like the top 10 like pizza places, there's like 3 of them are those Ray's Pizzeria places. So at least they made it up there, but they'll never top the original.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody said, Jonathan says Ray's was featured in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't think I'd even noticed that.
Oh, wow, really? Yeah, the other place I got to get down and eat is if you like a good roast beef sandwich or corned beef sandwich, is Katz.
Shit. Oh, Katz is great. Love that place.
That's where they filmed the famous Meg Ryan scene where she faked an orgasm in front of Billy Crystal.
Oh, yeah, that place is awesome.
Their sandwiches are good.
We got good Reuben sandwiches too. You ever have a Reuben sandwich?
Love a good Reuben. That all depends on the bread, though. It's got to be good rye.
Yeah, it's got to be great rye. Yeah. But they do it good there. That was like the first thing I ate when I went there.
You think as much as I love food, I'd be a great big fat guy, but.
Ever been to Harold's Famous Deli in Edison, New Jersey? No, I've rarely been to Edison. I've only been there like once or twice. Edison. Named after fucking Thomas Edison, that bastard. That's where he invented the telephone, though. No, not the telephone, the light bulb. The telephone's bell. Right?
Yeah.
And that's an interesting story when you get into the whole Tesla versus Edison war, where Edison was like electrocuting animals to show how dangerous alternating current was.
DC versus AC.
Yeah, that's a really interesting story, man. But fucking dude electrocuted an elephant. Like, what the fuck, man? Why would you do that?
Just so you can say, see how dangerous it is?
See how dangerous it is? Yeah, even though alternating current was so much better.
Yeah. But
and safer. Direct current is more dangerous.
Yeah.
Kelly's like, this stream is the best, so cozy.
We should have a little fireplace.
Yeah.
Oh no, that'd be
well,
too
Kelly,
much like a fake podcast.
Later on, I'm going to open it up so people can come in, Kelly, if you want to come in and swoon over Paul.
I don't know if we're ready for that step yet, though. I'm old-fashioned now.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a youngin'.
Might have to wait to the second or third stream.
Where am I? I'm right here. You don't see me. I'm in New Jersey. I'm right across the Hudson River from New York City. The reason.
So I just moved my desk the other day, so everything is in like a new place for me. So I'm still trying to figure out where everything's sitting.
Yeah, you kind of have it set up like a talk show, with the curtain in the background and everything.
I have a couple friends who know I'm streaming tonight. They've come to threaten to bang on this window and
it's crazy. I hope they do. That'd be funny.
I said, you're welcome to. This is just a crew that would love it. Bring it on.
Yeah, it is. You'd be like, what is that? Oh my God. You're under attack, Paul.
Yeah, so emotion or shadows back here. Just let me know.
That is pretty funny. What did Cardo say about Hoboken or something? Hoboken's the next town over. Hoboken's got a famous pizza place called Benny Tadino's. Their slices, we call them doormat slices. They're like this big. It's like 2.5 slices size, but it's just one slice. Their pizzas are outstanding. Carter said something about the reason he wanted DC is because you can't transmit DC as easily as AC. But then why would you want it if you can't transmit it as easy? That's confusing.
That's kind of out of my element. All I know is the British have crazy outlets.
Yeah. We were talking about that the other day with Chris, and Chris showed us a picture of his plug, and I was like, "Oh, that thing is weird." And they all have that third. You know how ours sometimes have that third like stick that sticks out to ground it, and then sometimes we don't. We just have the two. They always have that third one. And
it points in a different direction.
Yeah, and it points in a different direction. But it won't work if they don't have it. So I don't know why ours does, but theirs doesn't. It's kind of weird.
What can you expect from people who put the steering wheel on the wrong side of a car?
Yeah, right. British use 220 instead of 120. That makes sense. It's probably more dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh, he wanted to build a power plant on every block. Oh my God. How fucking complicated would that be, and how long of an undertaking would that have been to build a power plant on every block? Do you have a cold or are you allergic? Yeah, I have terrible allergies. I'm always sniffing. That's like a constant thing of mine. I'm always sniffing. I'm
Yeah, I'm
always
a little
coughing.
sniffy these days too. I got a bit of a flu about a week or so ago, and I never, ever, ever get sick. But we had a pretty bad one go around this year. Bad
Yeah, there's bad
rotavirus,
flu
I guess
around.
is what they're calling it.
It actually
And
just
I
came
think I got
around
it.
my area. Came around my area last week, and I haven't gotten it, but I hope I don't. But there's been warnings on the news.
Guy that I work with, apparently each year that they come out with the flu immunization, they have to try to guess or predict which strain of flu is going to be hitting the next season. I guess this season they predicted incorrectly.
Shit, that sucks. So people got injected with a mild flu for no reason.
Yeah, that was inoculated them against or immunized them against the wrong strain of flu. Those are the right words. Tice can help sort me out on those. Immunization versus inoculation.
He's Ty. Well, Ty said, "I don't get the flu. Flu gets me." Dan says, "Yay! Look at all those guitars."
Yes, those are my babies.
Yeah, before we went live, that was the first thing I said to Dan. I was like, "Oh, look, you got all these cool guitars in the background."
They're impressed. Nice. The white screen is picking that up. Not bad. Thanks for the camera recommendation, Mr. Green Moose.
Is that one guitar have like a Union Jack on it or something?
The second have a what on it?
A Union Jack?
This one?
Yeah, the second one.
Yes, it does. That's my guitar strap.
Oh, that's a strap. Oh, I know Jay would like that.
Oh, he's expressed his love for that. I think I sent him a photo of that. And yeah, that's my shout out to my musical influences from my band days. I'm a Beatles guy.
Yeah, me too, man. There's a deleted scene in Pulp Fiction that I always wish he kept in, and it talks about what's her name, Uma Thurman and John Travolta are talking in the car before they go into the restaurant, and she says, "There's only two kinds of men in this world. There's Elvis guys and there's Beatles guys." And she's like, "Which one are you?" And he says Elvis, but I'm like, Beatles, to me, Beatles were much better. I like Elvis too, but Beatles are so much better to me.
Yeah, John Lennon's my man. He's I think he's one of the most underrated guitar players of all times, just because of the band that he was in. When I first started learning guitar, like early high school, I started doing bands and stuff, cover bands, and I was dating a girl that said, "Do you play any Beatles songs?" I was like, "Yeah, I could learn some. I don't really play any. I like the Beatles, I guess." And it was when I actually sat down and started to try to learn John Lennon guitar parts on guitar that gave me an appreciation for his music writing ability and how complicated his guitar, how complex, I guess is the word.
Yeah.
His guitar playing is.
He was a good songwriter. Paul McCartney too. And, they just had different styles, but it worked well in combination.
Absolutely. McCartney was the pop guy, and Lennon was the rock guy.
Mm-hmm. And it worked so well together and made a super group. Jay wants
from Liverpool.
Which I already know the answer of, but he wants me to ask you about the card you have behind you.
Over here?
Oh, the other side.
This is a very special card I got from the UK. There's a lot of profanity in it, but the gist of it is Merry Christmas.
Yeah, there's a bunch of profanity, but you could translate that into Merry Christmas.
And it says, "Love the war kettle, fuck America."
Oh, shit.
So I have a little tea bag that's waiting for a stream one day with Mr. Warkettle.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I still have one left. He sent me two. I drank one maybe last week because I wasn't feeling well. So I was like, oh, I'll have one of these teas. It was good. It was nice tea.
Is that how it is, Jay? Alf gets two tea bags and I get one.
I'm extra special, you know.
I'm also very happy to announce for all those non-Americans out there that the New England Patriots are going to the Super Bowl for the 6th time for this
Oh
franchise.
no!
Yes,
Of course, you're
my,
from Maine. You're a New England fan.
I am in New England. Yeah,
Yeah,
my guy Tom Brady, Gronkowski. I know you Brits all think that American football is gay. Gay?
gay. Running around in tiny shorts and kicking a ball around with your toes isn't gay.
But yeah, so this weekend is going to be big with the Super Bowl Sunday. It's like 3 or 4 days a year. I have a good excuse to get a little drunk, and that's one of them. That and 4th of July.
I fell out of sports. I used to like it a lot when I was younger, and then I just got bored of it.
Yeah.
It's kind of, if you think about it, it's kind of like the same thing every year, basically.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I don't, I'm not into fantasy football or anything like that, like many people are. So I don't keep up on it like that. But I do follow my New England teams: the Boston Red Sox, the Boston Celtics, and of course the New England Patriots and the Boston Bruins. Going to throw them in there. But we've been fortunate here in New England. I mean, when I was growing up, the only team that was winning was the Celtics, and the other three were just awful. But now, I mean, good God, Red Sox winning, you know, Celtics winning, and New England Patriots. Is a good time to be a New England fan or a Boston fan.
I remember the old days when Larry Bird and the Celtics were like the super team.
Those are the best years. That rivalry between LA and Boston.
Yeah.
Boston.
I remember those days.
Yeah. Those are great games. My favorite starting five of all time in the NBA: Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish, Danny Ainge, and DJ Dennis Johnson.
Football was an odd one for me because with most sports, I was like fans of teams in my area. Like with baseball, I was a Yankee fan, and basketball, I was a Nets fan. Hockey, I was a Devils fan. But with football, I was a Steelers fan.
Yeah, my stepdad's a Steelers fan. He grew up in Pennsylvania.
I just always liked them. I don't know why. When I was a little kid, I just always rooted for the Steelers. I wasn't much of a Giants or a Jets fan. So.
Yeah, I have to also apologize. I'm way overdue for a haircut. This isn't a comb over that I'm trying to achieve here. I'm just literally 2-3 weeks overdue for a haircut.
Yeah, that would happen to me. I'm lazy with my hair. Like when I get, I'll probably get to your point by the time I'm your age, and it'll probably look just like that.
You had to drop by the time I'm your age, didn't you?
Yeah, I have to show that I'm younger than you.
You know, this age thing, it's a really weird phenomenon with me because I'm the youngest in my family. I was always youngest in the group. So just my entire life, it's been ingrained that, oh, you're just the youngest in whatever room you're in, you're the youngest. And good God, coming up on 50 here. It's like, I remember well when my dad turned 50. It seems like it wasn't that long ago, but holy shit, I guess it was.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of opposite with me. Like I'm the youngest. So I was always the youngest until I like got to high school because I got left back in 8th grade. So then I always ended up being the oldest with my friends, you know, because I was left behind a year. But now I have friends that like they're older than me, younger than me. But it is odd, like how we all hang out in Discord, and we're like the older ones, right? We're in the older age bracket of everybody there, so we're always talking to like 20-year-olds and stuff. It's weird sometimes, right?
We're the wise old men.
Yeah. Like with me and you, me and you will start talking about, or a lot of times with Devin too, like we'll start talking about stuff from the 80s and stuff, and everybody in the Discord's just quiet because they have nothing
and then
to
they start
say
to disappear one at a time.
Start disappearing one by one because they have no idea what the conversation's about.
That happened the other night. You and I were talking, and there were like 8 or 9 people in there. And I didn't even look at Discord until about an hour later, and it was just you and I.
Talking about 70s and 80s shows. And the dynamic that like how different like pop culture is, because like when we were younger, we had like 8 channels to watch. So we were kind of forced to watch stuff from the past generations. Right. And nowadays it's not like that. Like a kid growing up now can constantly switch through channels and watch something new, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah,
I noticed that it's I'm really at the end of that gap. So I notice people like even like 2 or 3 years younger than me will say stuff like I'll recommend a show to them, an old show like Twilight Zone or something, and they'll be like, "Oh, is it in black and white? I don't watch black and white." And it's like, what? Like that's confusing to me. Somebody saying, "Oh, I don't watch things if they're black and white." Like, why not? Like that doesn't make any sense.
there's some fantastic black and white movies. There's some modern movies that are filmed with black and white. Ed Wood
Yeah,
was
and they're
filmed
good.
with black and white. Johnny
Yeah, that
Depp.
movie was great.
Love that. It's a long movie, but I love that movie.
And then you have like artistic takes on the black and white, like Sin City.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I'm familiar with it now, but
Yeah.
I'm not. Well, that's where the expression "silver screen" came from, was the black and white.
The black and white. But yeah, Sin City's filmed in black and white, and they only have color to like accentuate certain things like blood, or there's one of the stories is called That Yellow Bastard, or one character has yellow skin, so basically everything will be black and white, but when he comes on the screen, all you see is his yellow skin. So it's cool doing it. Yeah, it's cool when you do it artistically like that, and that's how the comic book is too. So they went to do it like this, exactly the same.
That's good contrast, adding the color under black and white. It's like Schindler's List when they did that with the girls' pink.
Yeah. And you ever see that movie Pleasantville?
Yes, I have. I haven't. It's been a long time. I don't remember much about it, but I remember liking it a great deal.
Yeah, that's a good one too, where they get put into like a 1950s
from black and white to
yeah.
color.
Yeah, everything's black and white, and as they start bringing in like emotions and changes into the 50s, those things start changing into color little by little. And the people there were like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" Like Red Rose, they're all looking at it like, "Whoa." Yeah, that was a really cool movie. So there's really great uses of black and white in film that you can use, especially nowadays. Now that we have color too, so you can use the contrast very well.
I remember the real old movies when it was a big deal to have Technicolor. That the guy used to come out at the beginning, and it would be in black and white, and he said, great sound system, and he said, and also in deluxe electromatic color, and then he throw his finger, and then everything would change from black and white to color.
Yeah, I remember
Wizard of Oz moment.
Yeah, oh yeah, Wizard of Oz, another great one that made good use of black and white to color. They did such a good job with that. Did you ever do the whole Dark Side of the Moon Wizard of Oz thing?
I've done that a couple of times, and maybe I wasn't drunk enough or messed up enough. It seemed to sync up pretty good, but I didn't see that it was like mind blowing that they synced up so well. Maybe I was just starting it at the wrong time, but
when I was in high school, we found this catalog of like this guy who was selling them, and he would sync it up perfectly and then sell it on VHS so you could watch it like perfectly synced up and just put it in. And it's like Money, the little song Money, when it starts off with with the register and the coin sounds, and that would be exactly when she's opening the door and the color comes in and shit. And I was like, oh, nice. But you got to be pretty high, I guess, for it to be like, whoa.
That's another one of my bands, and another reason for the Union Jack guitar strap is David Gilmour.
Yeah,
guitar player for Pink Floyd. Love him.
Yeah. I loved Pink Floyd.
Yeah. And Pete Townsend.
There was a lot of good bands in those times. The Doors, Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, Zeppelin. That was a great day. Great days to grow up for music.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you were actually growing up in it. I was a decade behind. but I had brothers that were older than me, so that was the music I grew up to.
Yeah. Yeah. It was when I was in high school, it was all Van Halen.
Yeah, my brother loved Van Halen.
I was kind of into the alternative music then, but still have a big appreciation for Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah,
it's weird seeing these old rockers getting old. I remember being young, saying, "What's it going to be like seeing rock and roll stars in their 70s?" Well, now we're witnessing it.
Yeah, now you know.
It's kind of weird.
But Van Halen was never as good without David Lee Roth.
Oh yeah, no, I'm a purist with Van. I'm more Van Halen than Van Hagar.
Yeah, I couldn't stand Sammy Hagar.
Neither could Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I guess that's why that didn't work for too long.
Yeah. I did grow up in the best times, Kelly.
Yeah.
That's absolutely correct.
That
And I
yeah,
grew up. Go ahead.
like we're just starting on the internet age, so it's strange to see its effect, and it's hard to understand where it's gonna go, like where it will lead to. So
Yeah,
it,
it's pretty
we had
amazing.
like a certain closeness when we were growing up because of the limited things we could talk about, like because now you can go on the internet and watch so many things and learn so many things. But when we were growing up, we all kind of knew, like everybody in your community all kind of knew the same things, watched the same things.
Right.
But this might bring a closeness from further, you know what I'm saying? Like we had a closeness within our communities, but now it's like you can have a closeness across the planet.
Yeah, absolutely. Amy had a conversation about that the other night that I thought was quite interesting. It used to be you talk about internet relationships and, people would always look down on that, but it has developed so much further since then. I mean, you can definitely develop a very close relationship with people on the internet.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly you have to be careful. There are the weirdos out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I think Amy knows a lot about that. But
I can't imagine why.
oh, Chrissy's here. Hi, Chrissy. Um, my
Hello,
last girlfriend I
Christy.
met on the internet, and we not like on a dating site or nothing, but we met like in a forum for of a band that we both liked,
Mhm.
and then we talked on the internet pretty much every day for like 2 years, and then decided to move in together. It wasn't a
Nice.
bad relationship. We were together for 6 years, so
Hmm.
it wasn't bad at all.
In some way, I think
But yeah, that's
internet interaction with people, and only in some ways, but is better than interpersonal, in that you're not distracted with concentrating on body language and micro expressions, et cetera, et cetera.
yeah, it's a good point. It also opens up the pool, you know.
Yeah,
Before you were relegated to people in your area. Now, you opened up the pool and now you can choose from people from around the world,
that's one
which
of
is
the
a
things
very
that's so
strange
cool for
dynamic.
me. Yeah, it's one of the things that's so cool for me. You know, First when I was turned on to or found atheism is unstoppable, and then
Mhm.
Discord is. I found it very difficult to find a lot of people that I agreed with, that I
Mhm.
saw eye to eye with. Obviously I'd agree with some people on some issues, but it's just so much tribalism.
Yeah.
Um, that's why it was so I thought I was the only person in the world that must think like this. I kind of agree
Mhm.
with a conservative perspective on this issue, but the liberals got it right on that issue, and they're both wrong on that issue.
Yeah, that's
Um,
true.
and
Uh,
it was very exciting for me when I first discovered atheism is unstoppable. I'm like, where's this guy been all my life? Oh my
yeah, yeah.
God.
Yeah, same thing with me. I was getting big into like watching all these atheist YouTubers and stuff, and then but like politically I wasn't in line with most of them, and then Devin pops up, and I was like, oh, this guy's cool.
Yeah.
I like his
Yeah.
his
And he
ideas.
advanced the ball from 1.0 to 2.0, then to
Yeah.
3.0, then to 4.0.
Yeah. Moving on up. And it's
Well,
crazy that now this whole like culturally Christian thing is on the rise, and seems really strange to
yeah.
me.
Well,
It's like I was talking the other day with Amy about how like it looks like we might have to go right back down to the 1.0 and start over, like
there's going to be so many people already stuck there, and you share when atheism 1.0 was the discussion on YouTube. I mean, everybody got along. We all agreed that
Mhm.
we're atheists. But these people, and this is what made, in my mind, Devin so different than every single body else, is he would apply the same rigor, discipline for appraisal to every situation and not change the standards. In other words, he was consistent, intellectual
Yeah.
consistency from issue to
Yeah,
issue to
definitely.
issue, where these atheist 1.0 people would, have the proper message where it came to atheism, but they would be so incredibly regressive where comes to many political issues and
Yeah.
social issues. I mean,
Like
as you can
like
see.
like TJ Amazing Atheist
T-
car crash analogy.
I enjoyed so much watching that go full circle when he first called Devin a racist.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
watched
and
that
then
pan out
watching him
over a
turn
few months.
turn little by little turn over and be like, oh yeah, no, actually Devin's right on this.
The Canadian atheists did the same thing. I mean, you'd think they would have learned by witnessing the person that went before them.
Yeah, they don't learn. The Canadian atheist.
Or whatever, Josh Banco.
Yeah, Josh Banco. That guy was a ridiculous, man.
Oh God, I'm remembering some of those videos now. I'm gonna go shave now.
Yeah. But that was just a goofy person, man.
Yeah, he was out of his league, out of his element, and out of his depth.
Kelly said TJ has been wrong and fat about everything.
Amen.
Oh man, those times were funny. There's another one like that. Jacqueline Glenn's another one like that. Like she's right about the atheism thing, but then she'll step out of line and say stupid shit about everything else, not be very consistent.
Yeah. Apply a different kind of thinking to another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you come down to use a certain method to come to the conclusion about this, but then you're not using it for this?
Right.
Strange.
Yeah, intellectual consistency and integrity matters as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, very much so.
And AIU is the only channel bringing that to the table that I found. Maybe there's others out there. And in such an entertaining way. It's gold. It's entertainment gold.
Yeah, that's what drew me to Devin right from the beginning. I started watching him, I would say, about his third or fourth video, and he didn't even talk at that time. Like it would just a little kangaroo would pop up, and it would be like it would be like those old VH1 pop-up videos. Remember those? Yeah, it'd be like that. Like he'd show a video and then he'd just pop up and bloop, and it'll say something about what they said. But what drew me to him was that I would laugh and it would be entertaining. When I was watching all those other guys, it would just be them talking straight about atheism and stuff, and not really being very entertaining about it. So I saw Devin, I was like, the first I can't remember which exactly was the first video I watched, but the first video I watched made me laugh, and I was like, oh man, this guy's funny. So I'll subscribe, and then every video would come out, and I'd be like, oh man, this guy cracks me up every time. Like, what the fuck? Right.
I think the first one I saw was a Sam Harris video, like shortly after it came out. It was like within a day or two. And I left a comment on it, and he actually commented back. It was words to the effect of, wow, your video editing skills seem to be more like a professional than a YouTuber. And, I think he said, hey, thanks for watching or something like that. But yeah, and I just had this impression that it was just this like kind of wise guy, young kid that just, happened to have a very good head on his shoulders. And boy, once he started the commentary and the music and the intros and the outros and the editing prowess and he started addressing the commentary, the right thing, correct thing.
Yeah, I guess he started getting more into it and putting more work into the videos. So he started getting videos and all this animation and stuff, and his PNG of himself got more complex, instead of just a old picture.
Some of those videos, I just remember laughing so hard. I don't know anyone who's made me. My father could make me laugh hard like that. But, I've had more good, harsh, hard belly laughs thanks to Devin Tracy.
Yeah, and like for people who like don't talk, who haven't talked to him and stuff, and formed this relationship that we've been forming with him, like on Discord and stuff. Like he's funny like that on the spot. Like it's not just something that he comes up with while he's making videos. Like you could talk to him, and on the spot he'll say something that'll crack you up.
Yeah, he's got a very fast mind.
Yeah, he's really quick with that.
It's gonna be all that chess.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, chess will make your brain work quicker.
Yeah,
as a thing of like, they always say that the brain's a muscle, you have to exercise it, and it's true. You really do. I'm big on that. I constantly read. I like to do puzzles and stuff. Crossword puzzles are one of my favorite things to do. I do that a lot. Even video games and stuff help with that. Because you have to solve puzzles.
Never get into crossword puzzles.
No, I love them, man. I've been doing those since I was a kid. Even when they're really hard. I remember taking my dad's newspaper and doing crossword puzzles and only being able to fill out like 3 answers. Sitting there staring at it, trying to figure it out and not being able to, and then just giving up eventually. But now I'm great at it.
Now, I never had the patience for crosswords.
Devin comes in and says, "Everyone leave. I need alone time with Kelly." What's up, Devin? We were talking about you. Were your ears ringing and you jumped in, or he was like, "Someone on the internet is talking about me. I've got to see what's going on."
Don't worry, Devin. I was defending you.
Defending you. Nobody was saying anything against him. You kiss ass.
Yeah. So this is cool. This is I think this is only the second stream I've been on, and my first face reveal.
And your first face stream.
You got the drop on the war kettle.
Yeah, I told him that. He said, I was talking to him and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have Paul on. It was maybe like an hour before we started. I was like, yeah, you guys gonna watch the stream in an hour? He's like, yeah. And then Chris said, oh, and he's gonna have the first Paul face reveal. And I was like, yeah. And Jay said something like, oh, he's like, oh, I beat you to it because I helped him set up his webcam and I saw him. But I was like, yeah, but I get to reveal it to the public.
Yeah, that was fun.
But I did see your face before, because if you remember, you sent me that one video with the lightsabers that you made.
Yeah, right. So I linked you my other channel, my super secret channel.
Yeah, your secret channel that no one knows about but me. Oh,
yeah, a lot of doxing, self-doxing. Yeah, I told him I was black.
You're an albino black guy.
It's just really pale.
Well, if you're cool with it, I can start inviting more people in, if you're all right with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Who are you thinking?
I'm just gonna put it in a super secret Discord of elite people and see if they come in. Yeah. And anybody in the chat, if you want to come in and we like you, we'll let you in. No promises.
I'm open for questions. One night only. Then I go back to anonymity.
Or if anybody in the chat has a question for Paul, let us know. How long have you been like editing videos, Paul?
I've had this channel since
messing around with it.
I think since I've had this channel for a long time. It was I got to tell you, it was right after Devin started doing commentary. The Big Atheism 1.0 debate was going on, and I was like, I got to get in on this debate. I got something to say with my Catholic upbringing and all of the bullshit that's being slung around right now. But I didn't have any equipment. I didn't have a video camera at the time. So I started collecting software and equipment, slowly started learning how to use it, did some videos for my other channel. And then Devin's first channel got deleted, and his main channel got deleted. I think 3 and 4 had already been deleted by that point. And that's when I scrambled. I was so pissed I had to get something together, and I released my first Talking Donkey video almost a year ago. It was like within a few days after his first channel got deleted. And yeah, that was the first one. And it's a little rough. They're all still a little rough. I didn't know Adobe Premiere Pro at all when I bought it, so that's still a learning curve. But yeah, I was inspired to get in on the Atheism 1.0 conversation, but by the time I got to the point where I knew enough about my equipment to actually be able to post something, thank you, Devin Tracy, the conversation had already graduated to 3.0, 4.0 by that time, and I was like, I don't need to get into this conversation. You know,
I'm not going to do it as good as him anyway.
Yeah, no, it's being well taken care of. So so I do the kind of videos that I do, and they're fun. They make me laugh.
Chris is here. Hey, Chris.
Hi. I'm wearing a hat.
I like your hat, Chris.
Yeah.
Nice. Hey, Chris.
Hi, Paul. Nice to finally see you.
I know. This is our first stream together.
I know. It's very exciting. I think, Paul, did you send me that lightsaber video at some point? Because I'm sure I've seen it. Yeah,
I did. Yes.
Yeah.
I linked you that other channel. The reason I didn't put it in Discord proper is because it's well, it'd be pretty easy to find my residence if you watch the videos there.
Yeah, there's too many weird stalky people on the internet. You don't want that.
Yeah. And
I think pretty much everybody knows where I live, though.
Chris with that hat. I don't know if you ever watched The Price is Right, but there was a game they played. It was like the mountain climber game.
No, I'm not familiar. I assume that's an American. I don't know if we had it here, but yeah, I don't think I've not seen it.
Yeah, Alf might know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what sort of hat this is. I bought it for a fancy dress party once when I was going as Inspector Gadget, and this was the a hat at a second-hand shop that I found.
You look like you're in a 90s ska band.
I look like what? Sorry?
You're in a 90s ska band.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not a fedora.
I'm just admiring myself.
Those have a different name. I think a fedora has more of a
wider
slanted rim.
Yeah, it's not quite a fedora, is it? I don't know what it is.
No, those have a different name, but I forgot what it was.
Is it a pork pie hat?
Yeah, that might be it. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to look it up.
There's also Dilby hats, but those aren't Dilbies.
Yeah, Frank Sinatra used to wear
on
those.
top.
Yeah, it does look a bit like that actually. I don't know what it is. It looked like an Inspector Gadget hat at the time because it was cheap.
For those
on our next
kids
stream,
in
we'll
the
talk
chat,
about hats.
Yeah,
those kids in the chat. Frank Sinatra was a singer.
Yeah, right. I don't know. And in fact, is a singer born in my area.
That's right, Hoboken.
Yep. Yeah, going into Hoboken, you see a sign that says the home of Frank Sinatra and baseball, because supposedly baseball was invented there too. Don't know how true that is.
So what's new, Chris? What's going on?
not a lot really. I've not been working today, so it's been nice. Been lovely weather. Walked the dog, pretty much standard for me, to be honest. Oh,
yeah.
That was an Amy, and
we've got boobs.
There's boobs and
there's boobs on the stream.
Boobs!
Yay!
Hey guys, you know what you do every time you invite Jamie and I in here, right? Open yourselves up to
do.
Because it's time for the Jamie Show.
The invasion has begun.
So cute. He gets so excited. It makes me so happy.
You get excited and it makes me happy.
Oh my gosh, Paul, it's so good to see you.
It's good to be seen.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm so happy. I was like, Alfie's like, oh yeah, we're doing a stream with Paul. He's turning on his webcam. And we were like, what? And then this morning,
I'd actually completely forgotten that we'd had that conversation about you getting a webcam.
Yeah, per your recommendation, the one I got. Right
I'm like the Discord webcam guy, I think.
Yeah, you are.
You should go to work for Logitech.
I know.
I think I'll work for Logitech.
I'm pretty sure I told Mark to get the same one because Chris got me this one.
I think I told Mark to get the same one before I told you to get that one.
Yeah.
I think.
Good move. Good
He's the
move.
tech guy. He's the tech guy.
Everyone's got a Logitech C920 now.
Yeah. Chris is our community customer tech support guy.
Mine's a Microsoft one.
Yeah, you've got a Microsoft Livecam Studio,
Ooh,
which I supplied as well. So I'm still the webcam guy.
You are, yeah. This is true. This is very true.
Paul, I was asking you how long you've been editing. You do a good job, man.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, the moving faces on stuff.
Yeah, I'm really impressed at times by your...
I get myself laughing so goddamn hard sometimes at some points.
It's gotta be the one you made, the Sean one you made recently with like face fuck and punch him.
Tears coming down my face on that one.
That was Devin used that one
Devin used
in one of his videos. Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
I was like, hey, I've seen this. Oh, it's Paul.
Yeah, the other video I remember editing that I laughed my ass off is when I was editing Esau's face saying that he farted so loud he threw his back out once.
That honestly, like, despite whatever happened, that's one of the best intros I've seen. Like, just like the flying through space and Esau's face just like moving, opening and closing, and like every clip that was chosen was so perfect. Like it was so well done.
That
was
that
amazing.
statement is hilarious.
It was a
Like,
big dramatic build-up just for Esau to talk about farting.
One time I farted so hard, I hurt my back. It was so good. The Christmas one was awesome too, with like the Charlie Brown music and like everybody dancing, and that's so Kelly.
Oh yeah.
Christmas video.
Yeah.
About to this one moment when I was like in my early 20s and I'm hanging out in my friend's house and he's talking about his dad. And his dad like sleeps on the couch or something. And he was like he farted or something while he was sleeping, and we're all cracking up. And then he tells me, "Oh yeah, my dad. Every night my dad farts himself awake." I was like laughing. Every night he farts and wakes up and goes, "Oh," and looks around and then goes back to sleep.
Alf, I apologize. I should have prepared better. I wanted to wear my Doom shirt and my Nazi hat for the stream.
Damn, yeah, man. Yeah, that guy was ridiculous.
That stream was mental.
I'm happy I got that guy on because it's just like such an entertaining moment.
What a crazy mental guy. And then he shows up when Devin's in here, and like Devin was silent and all he said was, "So this is what autism looks like."
Yeah.
Like that's all he said. Like he didn't say anything else while he was in there.
No,
He
he
took a few
did say
seconds
one.
to appraise the situation.
He did say one more thing when I muted him the second time. He was like, "A guy like this can't have a job, right? Like, who would hire a guy like this?" Like, and I'm like, "Yeah, I doubt he works." Like,
Wasn't he
How does
like
it-
What's with the eye? That is the question. What's with the eye?
what's the eye? It's probably a glass eye. I have a
Cross-eyed one.
yeah.
No, I
Yeah,
think it's
I never saw
I think it's a glass eye.
It had to be
I don't think
because he adjusted it. He like stuck
Yeah,
his
yeah.
finger in his eye and like moved it.
Yeah. After I asked him, he was like poking at it, and he was like, I guess he was fixing it because I guess he realized we noticed because it was looking the other way or something. But I have a friend with a glass eye. He lost it when he was a kid, and he's always had a glass eye, and it looks just like that. And sometimes he has to do that too. He has to adjust it, even it out.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah,
That is weird.
yeah. One time he took it out at a diner, and we were like, "Oh."
It's like that professor from Harry Potter. Oh, what was his name? Moody? Professor Moody, who had the glass eye.
Yeah, yeah.
I have.
Don't know.
And it moved around. Yeah, Mad Eye Moody.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
I know absolutely nothing about Harry Potter.
Same here.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah, I only saw the first movie, and then didn't interest me enough to continue watching the series.
I've read all.
God.
Yeah,
I absorbed it quite a lot.
Oh god.
Harry Potter was like so much of my life. That was my escape from my parents' house. You know, like the one thing I begged from my parents for my birthday was the Harry Potter books because I had such a hard time living with them after my brothers were born. They were so bad to me. So I would just like hide in my room for hours and read that book. And I was so immersed in it. Like, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. To also
My favorite.
realize that there goes the age gap thing again. You realize me and Paul aren't into it.
Yeah.
I'm not into
For
it.
me, it was The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Hang on a
I'm
minute.
the-
Oh yeah,
I'm the youngest here. Yeah, and I'm the youngest here, and I don't fucking like Harry Potter.
oh
Yeah.
So
You're
It's
the
not
youngest
age.
old man ever, though, Jay. Like,
yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
he's an
He doesn't
old
like
young
anything.
man.
He doesn't like superhero movies. He doesn't like
He likes
fantasy
government.
movies.
He likes the monarchy. Like he's just an old man in a young man's body. Like
He's a bit of a curmudgeon.
I'm just Churchill reincarnated.
yeah, just don't get sick like he did. That'd be good.
Yeah, and not tell the queen.
Yeah. Holy shit, that show is so fucking good, man. Like they are so good at showing you moments where these characters are alone and you see that they're nervous. And like I think this is why I don't watch TV, because I really like
You
those
really get it.
moments. Yeah, they get to me, man. Like I feel those things. Jamie's like, Amy, I see your eyes welling up, and like nothing has happened. Like the queen's just walking down the hallway, and I'm like, oh my god.
It's like not even a moment that you're supposed to be emotional, and she's like, "Oh my god, it's so
It's
beautiful."
so epic. It's so epic. I love it.
So
So that show was
if
good,
we're-
man.
if we're lucky, Leica might be jumping on.
Nice.
Oh,
She's a little busy right now. But she
shit.
says it's possible that she might not be soon. So if she does have the free time.
Kelly?
No, Leica.
Oh, Leica.
Kelly's at work.
Oh,
He said if
right.
when she gets off, she'll come on.
Yeah, it is. So our good buddy, Carcol.com, is doing
Carcol.com.
the work.
For all your Asian ladyboy needs.
So apparently he's been telling people at work about the advantages of the monarchy.
Oh, I was talking about this with Chris, not British Chris, the other Chris, with Holowiki about
Holowiki.
Yeah, I was talking to him about live streaming. What me and you, Amy, were talking about live streaming public domain movies and like commenting on them.
Yeah.
So I was telling him about that. We were planning that we wanted to do that with Night of the Living Dead because he never seen it, and he's like, "Yeah, I want to do." He's in, so he's like, "Yeah, I want to be in on that." That'd be cool. But we'll figure out a time to do that.
Yeah, Amy, you got a lot of movie homework to do, don't you?
Oh yeah, Amy hasn't seen anything.
That's what I just watched today, Paul.
What'd you watch?
Back to the Future 2.
Oh, I love
you hadn't seen it yet? Oh, I forget who I'm talking to. Of course you hadn't seen
Well,
it.
no, listen.
Yeah, of course she hasn't seen
Wait, it came out in 1989. I was born in 88. Like, there's a lot of movies.
And
Fuck,
born in
whatever.
1990.
In existence since then.
I'm younger than you, Amy. And I've still seen
Dude,
it.
my Indian parents didn't let me watch any movies when I was a kid, except for Bollywood movies. So, like, that's what I grew up on.
Yeah, that must have sucked.
I grew up on and like that's my life for like.
Look at that, she even learned the dancing.
Yeah.
My parents put me through that shit. I had to do Indian dancing and all that.
Oh man.
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
fun times.
age isn't an excuse. Like when I was growing up, I was watching movies from like 50s, 60s.
But my Indianness is an excuse.
But your Indianness, yeah. That'll give you. Well, I mean, my parents are immigrants. I didn't just watch Spanish movies.
Yeah, but you're in the States, man. You're way better over there for that kind of stuff.
If you haven't started catching up on it already, Alf and I were talking about these the other day. Alfred Hitchcock.
Alfred Hitchcock movies are great.
Oh, yeah.
Some of my favorite movies. North by Northwest, Rear Window.
Even The Birds.
The Birds. Alf knows about the birds.
Yeah, I know about the birds. I lived it.
They're not my kind of birds.
No, no, you're
Jay knows about a different kind of birds.
Yeah, that's a porn.
Yeah.
Talk about porn. All right.
You guys heard that story, right? Alf woke up in the morning and there was a crow on his face.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was fucking brilliant. I couldn't believe it.
If I was alive, if I was living like 100 years ago, I would have thought it was an omen and I was gonna die in a couple of days.
Okay, so Aiden just said that there is an Indian version of Back to the Future.
I was gonna
and it's
say,
called
I
Action
just found
Replay.
it.
We gotta watch it. We should watch it.
Yeah.
It's
It's
probably
called Action
bad.
Replay. I'm so down to watch
Yeah,
that.
we
That's
should.
great.
It's probably gonna be so
God.
bad.
Back to the Future.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, when you get Back to the Future, they tell you, "Thank you for coming. Please come again."
Holy crap, that will be really funny. 4.2 out of 10. I'm sold. Oh, Aiden's so funny. He's like showing me scenes from Indian movies a couple nights ago, and the action scenes are so cheesy and shitty.
Oh, yeah,
like
they're so bad.
And every time the hero does something, there's like a lion roaring in the background. Like, it's so fucking cheesy.
Yeah, it's really bad. You know who else makes really bad movies that's hilarious to watch is Turkish films.
Really?
The Turks are great. Yeah, they have their own version of Star Wars. They did it. It's hilarious.
Oh, no. Oh my God. I wonder if there's an Indian
so
Star Wars.
There is.
Alfie, remember that stupid
I
video
already
you
have
showed
it.
me?
Which one?
With
The one
the
with
animals?
the
The animals
the
and shit
creepy
in the
fucking
weird-
animal mask.
That future Power Rangers outfit that they were doing.
Oh yeah. Oh, it looked like Japanese wrestling outfits or something. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, 70s Indian stuff I know all about, man. They made like, the craziest shit. I was telling Paul the other day, we were having a conversation. I was telling him how much I love 70s like media, like TV and movies, and globally too, like Japanese 70s shows and Indian stuff like that is hilarious to me. There's something about it that's like unique, and you'll never see that again.
So like Indian movies are so exaggerated and overblown, and everything is like
and they always
so
have to have
dramatized.
dancing.
Always, they're always musicals, that's for sure.
Yeah,
But
it
now
makes you
they're
think that if
changing.
you go to India, like you'll just see dancing everywhere. Like you walk down the street,
I know,
somebody's
right?
begging for change, like dancing. Like, do you have a quarter? You know?
I'm like trying to remember India. When I went, it was much more bleak. Like there weren't even like you have to go to the nice parts of India for there to even be roads and shit. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like a
Christ!
lot of it, straight up. Yeah, it was really bad. But my stepdad's parents were rich, so I didn't really have to experience that. I just had to drive through it. So
there's a huge gap in class there. You know, it's like you're either super poor or really rich. You know, they had no middle class for a long time.
Yeah,
but they're coming up now. It's changing a lot. India's changing big time.
Yeah, like Delhi is really nice. But once you start going to the cities outside, like the rural cities, they can be pretty bad.
People living in shacks and shit.
Yeah, it's changing a lot now, but
yeah, they're coming up. Their economy's starting to boom, and they're fixing things.
I didn't know they had a space program. They have a fucking space program.
Yeah. They just got.
They don't have clean water.
Do.
Got a space program. Weird.
They have what?
They also got Mars, or planning it.
Well,
going to Mars. Oh my God, they're gonna turn Mars into India. It's gonna be curry and dancing in Mars 24/7.
Curry dancing.
Curry dancing, yeah.
Well, Indian curry is good though. And Chrissy, Indian doctors are.
That's a global thing. That's a global phenomena.
Their medical school is actually impressive. Like they put out a lot of physicists and doctors. That's their two.
Yeah, I think half of our doctors here are Indian. There's loads of them.
If you we got a little mix. Like if you go to the hospital here, all the nurses you'll see are mostly going to be Indian, like East Asian, and Filipino. Like you see tons of those. Those like people like the medical field. They like it a lot.
India
and obviously Hispanic
rapey.
nurses too, because Hispanic it is a bit rapey. Yeah,
it is a bit rapey though, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if
it's a bit rapey.
Yeah, you do hear that quite a lot.
You know, a place is rapey when they have to create a device that women put in their vagina that cuts up penises. You know, like if you got to put razor blades. They made a device that's like a tube that you put into your vagina, and the inside of the tube is lined with like razor blades that go inward. Christ. So it not only does it cut the penis, but it keeps it in there, I guess, so they can get caught. I don't know.
What the fuck?
Yeah. That came out like 8 years ago or something.
Yeah, I've only been there once, and I have no desire to go back. So Aiden, my friend Amit, actually, the one who hangs out with Loie and I, he actually took engineering at school over there and moved here. And the funny thing about those rape pants is apparently in Germany they have these pants now that you can put on, but they're pants that like you pull a string or something and they like tighten, and they do something else. I was seeing it on the internet somewhere because of the migrant rapes that aren't happening.
Germany's actually finally starting to realize that and start going through changes. People are going through there was a huge protest the other day about it.
Well, it's about time. I mean, Sweden is doing pretty poorly in this area. I don't know why people don't want to acknowledge the problem. It's very strange to me.
Sweden's still like completely blinkered to it, and they're fucked at this stage.
Sweden is like the perfect example. They went from like the safest country in Europe to like the rape capital of Europe.
Honestly, when I was growing up, Sweden was like it was a place everybody aspired to go to, and not anymore.
Yeah, even here, I mean, Americans would be like, oh, America's the best place on earth, but Sweden's pretty good too.
Really.
Sweden was like a nice place to go and visit, and people want to, a nice place to live.
I wonder why they
weren't living in America. I'd be living in Sweden, and now it's completely reversed.
I watched so Worski did a live stream with Jared Taylor, and like the only thing that I've retained from that is what why and white whales. That's just so funny. Like, oh, they talk shit about Sam Harris, of course, because Jared Taylor was sour because he's like, I don't understand. He would talk to Dave. What was that guy's name who wrote the Bell Curve again? Anyway, that guy. I forget his name. No, that's
not his name.
I'm sure Carter will throw it in the chat in a second. I can't remember his name. It's right on the tip of my tongue too. But he's like, yo, why would he talk to him? I mean, his name has been tarnished and like blah 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 blah. And it's like, well, yeah, well, he's an academic and like people just took his study and kind of fucking twisted it to make him seem racist. And then there was a whole like scientific racism thing, which is like, I don't understand this problem people have. Like there are clearly genetic clusters of genes that form. There are trends within those clusters, and we're not allowed to acknowledge those things. Charles Murray, thank you, Aiden. But we're allowed to acknowledge other genetic differences and shit. Like, it's just so weird. Like, they're like, why is race realism even a term? All these things we have to talk about that are just like old, like religion. This religion shit keeps coming up. How many times in the last week or two that Grant and I have had the religious conversation where it's like, you have to talk about it. You have to. Because if you don't, the people who are like, we need Christianity, it's the only thing that's going to beat Islam. It's like, we can't let that be the prevailing narrative because it's obviously fucking bullshit. And if we do go back to that.
Seems to be a problem that people tend to think in absolutes, you know? And
yeah.
Like me and Paul were having a conversation with this kid that joined on the AIU Discord recently, and it seemed like his solution to everything was to do an extreme, you know, like the opposite of the other thing. And it's like, you know, you can always the best thing to do is reach a balance, you know, find a balance in between. You don't have to go from one extreme to another. And it's like now that this whole SJW thing blew up, it seems like everybody just wants to go to the opposite extreme, like and go to religion.
Well, there's also this weird thing that's like,
to go to that. There's a
where, like, how is atheism going to bring morals to us? First of all, people, for the 1 millionth billionth time, atheism is just a lack of belief. It is not a moral system. Moral systems are adapted by human beings. Like like even the fucking Bible, even the Quran, all those things are written by human beings, and they evolve with us as we think through these things. It is not a fucking system of morals. So when people bring that kid, I think you were talking about, I think I ran into him yesterday because he was trying to tell me that Jordan Peterson is right about Christianity being necessary so that that society doesn't crumble. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Yeah. Like, that's really insulting as a thinking human being to like take that on board. We need Christianity for humanity. No, we fucking don't. We need people who think. That's what we need.
How did people think we got to the point of like up to that point where Christianity was created? How did they think we got that far before then? Like,
people really believe there's like some supernatural thing out there. I mean, like at the end of the day, we can't say yes or no. Okay, I'm of the belief that there isn't, but like to invoke that and then use that as a like foundation for morality is just really fucking weird. And yeah, Chrissy makes a point here. We did replace religion with law and order ages ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Who did that? Did God do that? No, motherfucker. Humans did that. Like
that's an obsolete question regardless, because it's like, how do we get morals without it? And it's like, we already have the morals. Why do we need religion now?
I'd say we have morals despite it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Judeo-Christian values and morality, I think, pretty much ended with the Renaissance, and the departure from that is what we enjoy today is despite religion.
Yeah,
and it took us a couple few hundred years of bloody god awfulness. And my point is, we experienced the Renaissance. Islam has not. We don't have time to wait around a couple hundred years for them to fight it out and sort it out.
Exactly.
And apparently on the Rubin stream, like this is what's so fucked up. So I started watching that Rubin stream with Shapiro and Peterson. I watched like the first 10 minutes, and like it's so gross seeing Peterson and Shapiro pretty much just like jerk each other off on the religious question. Like, there's a metaphysical basis to this that everybody can connect with, blah blah blah. It's like, It's like, motherfucker, no. There are schemas and concepts that all brains can understand because all brains have a certain system of thinking. You know what I mean? Like, this has nothing to do with, like, if you want to attach symbols to things, that's fine. But don't assert that that is the only way to live your life and have morals, is to attach symbols to it. You know what I mean? Like, he started talking about, Jesus is a really strong figure. You know, you have to bear your cross. You have to sacrifice, and you have to be the one who's holier than everybody else. And it's like, bitch, shut the fuck up. You're making $60K a month touting this shit. Most of the people who are paying you are probably fucking religious. So you have an advantage here monetarily because you're like, and that's why you're saying this shit. If you are a fucking psychologist and you say you're a scientist, there's no fucking way you can sit here and tell me that that is the way forward. Like, safety blankets are not a good way forward. And that's exactly what those are. And apparently he said he's getting, Kelly told me this, Air Kelly, she said he unironically said that he's getting PTSD from all the SJWs. And it's like,
oh my God.
What?
Suck a
That's
dick,
a very
Peterson.
SJW thing to say.
Isn't it? He's very
exactly.
postmodernist too. That's what's fucked up. Oh, he's against postmodernist, but he's so postmodern. The mental gymnastics with him and the let me use 500 words. He's florid as fuck and so verbose, and it confuses people. If you're not communicating like Sam Harris, where it's just direct, simple language, like there's something fishy there, or you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think he's trying so he can appeal to as many people possible and make his money.
Yeah.
Like, he's a fucking charlatan. And like at that point, it's like, I don't fucking care if you're good at the psychology bit anymore. I just don't care, because you have a following, and the bullshit that you're feeding them to, by the way, make money on top of your tenured position at a university. You know what I mean? Like, like it's disheartening. And then you have people like Sam Harris who are just like, you know, we're for reason and we're for truth, and like, this is what's important. And people like that have to work way fucking harder. But no, just appeal to the religious right, like fucking Ruben did, and you'll be making mad dollars. Like, that's what it is. You just need to appeal to the religious right, because there's way more of those crazy people than there fucking are of the not crazy religious people.
Yeah.
Because I would argue even the crazy lefties, the moderates, the moderate religious people, they are religious to a degree. It's just not expressed through religion per se. You know what I mean? Their religion is social justice, but they use the same kind of tactics and shit.
Dogma, yeah, that's basically what
Straight up, dogmatism, yeah.
Yeah, those people are suspect. These days, anytime someone approaches me and lets me know they're religious, I view them in one of two ways. Number one, they're just either not that intelligent, or number two, they're dishonest, either with themselves, or, which is bad, or everybody else, which, you know, makes them a charlatan, as far as I'm concerned. So to me, those are the only two options. You're just either not that bright, or you're a liar.
The SJWs, this is like recently, SJWs just caused, well, feminists specifically caused a very hypocritical thing to happen. They bitched about the girls in F1 racing, like you know, like they have girls in little outfits and stuff. And now all of those girls are really pissed, because they're like, dude, we lost our jobs because of them. And they didn't just lose their jobs. They were like, we do it because we love it. We enjoy it. Like being a kid and watching F1 racing, we wanted to be those girls, you know. And now we grew up and we got to be those girls that are moving, you know, that are with the little signs and stuff. And now they can't do it. They got rid of it because of feminism. The feminists bitching about it. So they're all pissed. I've been seeing it on Twitter all day. All these girls like posting about how they can't do this job anymore that they loved to do. It's kind of fucked up. So how is that for women? You just screwed over a bunch of women. Like, doesn't even make sense. Yeah, Cam hula hooping. That's next to go, Amy.
Right.
Cam hula hooping.
I know, right?
Yeah.
The SJWs
I looked for an LED hula hoop today and I found one, so I think I'm gonna get myself that for my birthday.
Yay! When's your birthday?
Yeah, it's your birthday soon. Not long after my birthday.
Oh.
Yeah, Jay's is on the 10th of February.
Yeah, and yours is the 18th?
28th.
The
Oh,
28th.
28th, sorry.
Oh, you guys are coming down.
Earlier.
And I have
Did,
I have a present for you. I gotta send that out soon so you can get it from by your birthday.
Well, be careful, like with the shipping and shit. You know what I mean?
Why?
Why? Is it
Why would I have
expensive?
You were saying it was like really crazy expensive, right?
Oh yeah, but I didn't put into the idea that I was packing it myself. I think that was
Yeah.
with the price of like getting the box
Oh,
and
okay.
having them package it.
Ah.
Box in the binary in the body.
Don't
But since the thing
box
I'm
me,
sending you
man.
is like $2,
Box.
I guess it's not that bad. Boxing.
I love that. That's so cute to me. Little things like that. Oh, you thought of me to like get me anything at all? Like
I wasn't even
those
getting it for
little
you.
things make me
I was just getting it for you to get it for you.
I
And
know.
now
That's
realize-
why. That's even why it's sweeter.
Yeah. Now I realize your birthday. I'm like, oh, perfect timing. Like, great. Now I can pretend I got it. For
I
you
got
for
a
your
little
birthday.
something coming for you anyway.
You know, I know there's
It's,
stuff still coming
gonna be
like
sent
Christmas,
soon.
Christmas cards. There were a couple that haven't come. Tice said he sent one. Haven't got it yet. Jamie said he sent one.
What about
Haven't got it yet. I would have told you. The
Oh,
only
yeah,
card I
true.
received, because I probably would have opened it and fucking cried because I received Chrissy's and I opened it and I cried like a bitch. So
Aw, so
Aw.
cute.
I gotta make a note of this, Jay. I want to send you a postcard for your birthday. I want to make sure to wrap it in a refrigerator box, though.
And make sure there's plenty of customs charges on it this time, yeah? It's mental. I couldn't believe that. Get a letter in the fucking, they get a thing in the post. It's like, yeah, you got to come down the sorting office, mates. Come get your package. And I look at it, I'm like, why? Why have I got to come get it? And it says there, fucking customs charge. It's like, you can't.
Oh, guys, Kelly Noodle is February 24th. Don't forget.
Oh.
No way.
Oh, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. We're going to have a, it's going to be an
So
ARU
remember, oh wait,
February
actually,
birthday.
so
Kind of a birthday
February
stream.
4th, February 4th
Mhm.
is Sean the Scouser.
Yeah.
February 10th is Jamie.
Oh.
February 24th is Kelly Noodle, and February 28th is me. That's the least
Nice.
important
A lot
one.
of-
Everybody
Best
else, just
people
remember the
in
other ones.
February.
A lot of February babies, huh?
Yeah, there may be some more. I'm not sure.
Rogue and I have close birthdays. We're like a week apart or something, a week and a half. Maybe.
When is Devin Tracy's birthday? Do
I
any
don't
of us
know.
know when Devin's birthday is?
Ooh, good question.
We should find out.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
Oh,
that.
she got her phone out. She's gonna be like doing some research. Let's find out. When is?
Hey, did any of you folks on the other
So,
side of the
Paul,
world
what's-
see the super blue blood moon today? We didn't have it in the States, so.
No, I've been keeping an eye out last night and tonight, but I haven't seen it yet. I don't think it's going
Oh.
to happen.
I saw the moon go past my window a while ago, but I didn't notice anything different about it.
Yeah, it was. It's
blue?
Billy says
super
Devin-
moon because it's. Go ahead.
Oh, like
Devin.
really bright. Oh, maybe.
Yeah, Billy said Devin's birthday's in the end of February, somewhere around the end of February.
Oh, he's a February baby too.
He said, I
What?
think, maybe not. But it's,
Oh, we got to
Might-
find out.
unless it's early March, maybe.
So yeah, Paul, what's the future hold for the Talking Donkey show?
I'm not sure. I got perhaps put out some content other than, intros and funny stuff. We'll see. I had big plans, but like I said, the battle was being well fought, so it didn't need me to join it.
You're not going to give us a little sneak peek, a little teaser?
I've got some things in the can, as they say, feeding the pipe. A couple surprises coming up.
Well, we'll have to wait and see, shall we?
Yeah. I got some surprises. I got some surprises coming. That's all I'm at liberty to say at this moment.
No.
I know.
I'm
Looks
very.
like we're gonna have to wait and see then, guys.
Tonight. Let's just take this one step at a time.
We're on a date. It's like we're on a date, and I want to go slow, guy. I want to go slow.
Good God, Jay, get your hand off my knee.
I leg touch.
It's a microaggression.
Rude.
Hey, I see the implied consent, so I just went with it.
Nobody says no to Jay. Come on now.
Oh.
So all day.
What could I say?
What happened? Everybody got really quiet.
I'm saving Billy Bong's birthday.
Billy's birthday is soon.
December 6th.
Oh, it passed already.
Oh shit! So we missed it.
We missed it.
Yeah. Late birthday, Billy.
Bunch of shitty friends we are.
I already have Tyson's birthday in here.
Mine isn't till August.
August the 13th.
Thank you.
Birthdays are my thing.
I don't know any birthdays. I know when Amy's birthday is. Only because I know that story about your birthday that you told me.
Oh my God, because my mom is so fucking stupid. She thought that the 28th was the 29th. And for the first 5 years of my life, she celebrated my birthday on March the fucking 1st.
Leap year, baby.
March 1st.
Yeah, rude, man.
Oh my days.
Are you a leap year baby?
No, 28th is not a leap year.
But a mum thought she was.
Yeah, my mom thought I was. My mom thought the 28th was the 29th. And I was like, well, thanks. But it's okay. It's only the first 5 years of my life, right? Not important at all.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
Yeah, who gives a shit? Okay.
My birthday is April 16.
Yeah,
what about you, Paul? When's your birthday?
I'm going to need a story.
January 15.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
I made him and Ethan a video a day early because I thought it was the 15th when it was the 14th.
That's right.
Oh my God.
That's
so
true.
stupid.
It's all cool.
Yeah, it was actually funny. I got your Christmas card on my birthday. It worked out.
Oh,
great.
nice.
Oh, that's
perfect.
cute.
Happy
I'm gonna put
days.
Dan's in there too now. Dan shares a birthday with you, Chris.
Really? That's amazing.
Alfie's.
I've never met anybody with my birthday before.
Really? I actually have two friends with my same birthday. And then I have a friend whose birthday's the day before mine, a friend whose birthday's the day after mine.
Wow.
Yeah, this area, I guess, for people having babies in mid-April.
I got a friend whose kid is the same day as my birthday. If that counts.
Yeah, I guess it does.
I share my birthday with Martin Luther King Jr.
So am I the...
So I found something online. I'm not sure how true it is, but I think Devin's birthday is February 1st, which is
so today.
Today, that is today.
Well,
Today.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that was yet.
Well, technically, yesterday for him.
Yeah, yesterday for him.
We missed
So,
Devin Tracy's birthday.
We might have to find out. Well, I guess in the U.S. it's his birthday, so we should still say happy. Well, Devin, if it's your birthday today, happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Devin! Oh my God,
Well, for him,
So
it was
upset.
yesterday.
I'm
But
so
us, it's
upset.
still his birthday.
I'm so upset right now.
Huh.
Oh, I'm sad.
We missed Devin's birthday. Happy birthday.
We're the terrible scumfuck.
I'm gonna add him and find out.
Okay, you know what's really weird? Okay, so today I watched that Wozley video about Brooks, right? And his channel. Brooks Heatherly just followed me on Twitter.
What?
What?
Brooks Heatherly. Brooks.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Yes. Just seems so
His
strange.
Twitter got suspended. I don't know if it's banned or it might be suspended.
Did
maybe
it?
that's what.
So that might be why I guess he started his personal.
Oh
Twitter
yeah,
or
yeah.
something.
Okay, yeah.
That's probably what it is. He's probably starting to add everybody. He might have been banned altogether. That's why he probably had to start a new one. And it was because of a tweet he posted making fun of Destiny getting suspended and banned from Twitter.
God, he's such a wretched cunt, isn't he?
Destiny? Yeah.
Oh, I can't fucking my dude. Anyone who says my dude, you can go fucking jump off a bridge. Like, ew. my dude, Shadowlane, my dudes.
Yeah.
Who fucks people like that? Does anybody fuck him? That bitch needs some sense smacked into her.
So.
Yeah, he has a kid. So yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, but that doesn't
He
mean
has a
someone's fucking
kid?
him now.
Yeah, he has a kid. He talks
Yeah,
about all the time.
like Amy
the
just
kid's
said.
like 12 years old or something. Yeah, he talks about
Yeah, but I'm saying that doesn't mean
Right,
anybody
like
is
Amy said.
actively fucking him right now if he has a kid who's 12.
Yeah. The last time he got laid could have been 12 years ago.
Sharing pictures of 14-year-olds and
You know
shit.
that.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
What? Whoa! I didn't know that. I didn't even watch that video
that's
that
what
you sent me.
people were
Scandal, man. He was on the
criticizing him
Kumite
for.
a few times. I can't watch the Kumite anymore. I've gotten a little bit bored of it, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I was
went
bored of it
real
from
cold on that real fast. and
Yeah.
I'm not
I
entirely.
got-
It was
I
Gilroy
was-
I didn't even know why you guys were into it. I was bored
well,
of
because
it.
it was really
bored
good
of it
during
the same day.
Kilroy. Jim was there like every day, and he likes to stir the pot, right? So it's really entertaining when he's around. But
To be honest, I started to get bored of it before, because he was still around, and it's just like, I don't know. I just went off the boil real fast.
yeah,
Chris, Dan
Hi.
said Joe Rogan's birthday is the 12th and Maynard James Keenan's birthday is the 11th.
I don't know who that second person is, but
He's a
alright.
singer of Tool.
Okay.
I love Rogan. I love him. So
I'm going to assume that's a band, right?
Yes.
Yes.
A really good band. You
Yeah.
might like them a bit.
Oh, yeah, I've got terrible taste in music, Al. Just all.
No, I know, because you keep posting like Backstreet Boys shit in the fucking Discord. I'm like, oh God, please, Chris, stop.
Yeah, I did do that.
Lance, if I can procreate, anyone can have a kid.
That's true.
Oh my God, Lance.
With a Shayla.
I need to copy his
Billy-
profile picture.
Billy said, did everyone see the ex-Kekistanis ripping Jeff's I Am a Kekistan? I did it 4 months ago. They would have
No.
never made fun of it back then. Yeah, it's really funny how that just plummeted out of nowhere, like the whole Kekistan thing. I haven't heard anything about it. I haven't seen people posting Pepe memes anymore.
Yeah, Devin said that, didn't he?
Yeah. I mean, Devin brought it up, and I was like, yeah, you're right. I haven't seen anything on it for like a couple weeks now. And it was just like, it seemed like it was from one day to the next. Like there was all these people were still doing Kekistan shit, and then the next day it just stopped and no more.
Well,
hopefully it's over.
yeah, I
so.
was going to say, that's no
Okay.
great loss to humanity, is it?
No, just
Mhm. Nah,
I'm sure the maker.
No, what I find funny is like, yeah, Billy made that video where we're all making fun of Kekistan. A bunch of us made clips of new Kekistan for Billy. And what happened,
video.
yeah, and then what happened, we got a bunch of people bitching at us, complaining to us, well, it's because you don't understand what Kekistan stands for and all this bullshit. And look at it now. Right? I told you it was some corny ass shit, and now it's gone. You didn't need some corny
Crowd
ass
tweeted
memes to push
today.
fucking stories
No,
out.
wait. Sorry. Crowd tweeted yesterday. So does anybody have any evidence that I doxed anybody? You
for
fucking
Christ's
cunt.
Oh,
I
my
didn't do
word.
nothing. That's what he's coming back with after that fucking expose that got done on him by Jim.
Telly was going to do that on with that stream the other night that he did with that
Oh,
mix.
God, he's such a
that you
cunt.
could see that's what he was angling for. The crowd didn't do nothing.
Lance is
He's
like, you
such a-
butchered the Aussie accent. Well, yeah, I'm not very good at an Aussie accent. How many Australians do you think I talked to that I would be good at that accent? I could do it.
Is that true? Dr. Randomer Cam did a video with a Keck flag behind him. Was he doing it ironically, or
is he one of those people who just can't let go after the Fed dies?
he impresses me as the kind of guy that should know better about Kekistan?
Yeah.
Oh, caca, stop.
Dan's like, ugh, we understand your cringe lord bullshit. Like, yeah. Yeah, we didn't need it explained to us. We understood it. We weren't making fun of it because we didn't understand what it stood for. We were making fun of it because it was corny as shit. Oh,
Sounds like anti-PC culture. Oh, it's just a joke. You don't get it. You don't have a sense of humor. We're just shit posting. Oh my God, be quiet. You're just not.
I just
funny,
realized.
dude.
I just realized when I came back then that I've logged on the wrong account on this Hangout, but you know.
The thing you posted, Chris, with Brooks.
Yeah.
But he's not really alt-right himself. So I mean, I don't know why that guy would post that.
No. I'm just talking about the picture itself. Is that really his...
with him and his wife? Yeah.
Oh, right. Is that okay? That is his wife.
Yeah,
I thought that was the joke, to be honest.
Devin recently too. I was like, oh, look, his wife. He got himself a little Asian wife. She has an accent too, so it's not like she's an immigrant, I guess.
You got himself an Asian. Nice.
Yeah. She's tiny compared to him. Later on in that video, he stands up, and then she stands up after him, and then follows him out of the room, and she's like so tiny compared to him.
He's ballooned up. He was not that big before.
He's been talking about wanting to lose weight.
I hope he takes.
As long as he works on it, then I won't criticize him.
I hope he takes. I hope he does. He did say that, I think, last time when we streamed.
Yeah. When we streamed, he wants to start.
He said, "I'm kind of sick of being called a fat boy and all that." So
yeah, but not even for that. He was saying he wants to be healthy and stuff. So
yeah, well, good.
That's a good attitude to take on it.
I agree. Like Red Guy would say.
I agree.
Who the fuck is Red Guy?
Yeah, I don't know.
Red Guy, we miss you.
He does this though, doesn't he? He disappears for 3 or 4 days. He'll be back.
He's probably off doing Red Guy stuff.
Is Carter posting here?
I'll be back later, guys. I'm gonna drive home. Bye, Carter Cole. We love you.
Bye, Carter.
Drive safely. Oh, the video with Random Cam.
The Jamie show is gonna have Carter Cole on as soon as he's feeling better.
Nice.
Show.
It's the Jamie show.
I don't have a guest for next week. I'm going to be talking by myself for a bit next week about
good. I'll be there to listen to that.
About my love of horror, and then I'm gonna do what I usually do and invite everybody in afterwards so we can discuss. So I can discuss horror with other people.
Yeah,
which Amy knows nothing about.
Yeah, I won't come in for that one because I'm just gonna sit there.
Because you don't know nothing about it. Well, you can come in and look pretty and say things every once in a while so people could look at it.
That's fine. I don't mind. I'm a whore for the camera. Has anybody not noticed this yet?
Yeah. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, everybody's fine.
CarterCole.com, everybody.
We don't notice. It's all right. Yeah, I've not seen a single complaint yet. Oh, apart from
there never will be.
I can't see you on the camera.
Paul, do you have the Discord open?
I do not. My pinging.
Never mind then. I was going to tell you to look at this thing Carter posted in there.
Oh, hold on. I can open it on my other.
Yeah.
CarterCole.com.
Chrissy.
Yeah, CarterCole.com.
Chrissy says I'm fat and poor. You're not fat, ho. Don't make me smack your ass.
She's not fat. What is she talking about?
I don't know. She's nuts, man.
But we are poor.
You're not that poor, Chrissy. Let's. He's a funny cunt, that Lance.
You know, I've never used or heard the word cunt so much as since I joined Discord.
Oh, really?
What are you chatting?
I used to hate that word. Now I'm like the total fucking opposite. I love it.
It's the best word. It's so bad here in the States, though.
I know. It is bad here, too. Like, I say it very liberally, and people around me are like, Amy! Like, Lois will be like, don't say that word. I'm like...
Oh, what word? I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
Cunt.
Oh,
and I'm like, do you call people a dick? And then she goes, that's a fair point. I'm like, yeah. Exactly.
It used to be big around here telling people not to say it, but I don't hear anybody even bitch about it anymore. I think people just got desensitized to it from everybody saying it all the time. But yeah, but if you call someone a cunt angrily, a woman a cunt angrily, that is like the worst thing you can do.
Yeah, that used to make me like
what happens if she's being a cunt though?
Yeah, that's like a relationship gender word right there.
Yeah. For us, we use the word bitch more. So if you're being a cunt, you tell them like, yo, stop being a bitch. You know, that's like the...
Actually, I acclimated to the
way of putting it.
Cunt because one of my exes, when he would lose arguments, would come back at me with cunt, and I used to go fainting couch mode. Like, it upset me so much. But then after a few months, it didn't bother me anymore. Oh, it made him so mad when I didn't react to it. It's the best thing ever. When guys call you cunt and you're like, yeah? What's your point? They're like, ooh, malfunction. What can I call her to upset her? I'm like, go ahead. Do your worst. cunt.
Do your worst.
Yes.
Oh, I got a question for you.
Yes. Yes.
Down in your part of the country, do you get many protests and shit going on?
Many what? Protests? Actually, not many.
Yeah.
Not many. I'd have to drive. Even there's not a lot. New England is very, very tame and calm. You'd think there'd be a lot of SJW protests coming out of Boston and Massachusetts, being as regressive and liberal as it is. There's a little bit, but it's not like the West Coast. California.
California.
We had, I think it was last Martin Luther King Day, there was actually a Black Lives Matter protest in Portland, Maine, where they went out and blocked traffic and everything. And they were promptly all arrested and incarcerated for blocking traffic. And I was quite happy with that. But that's about the most of it.
Fair enough.
Weed is legal in Maine, isn't it? There should be way less protests just because of that.
Oh yeah, weed is now legal. They're still working on how to implement it.
Yeah.
So the old laws are in place, but they're not enforcing them.
Okay.
But the city of Portland, it was all but legal before the ballot. But yeah, everyone's just waiting at this point. There's still medicinal dispensaries everywhere, and they're handing out cards to go to those dispensaries. They're very easy to get. You go in and tell them you have a headache, they give you a card.
Same here. Yeah, even though it's not totally legal yet, but it is going to be in June, so
yeah, I'm waiting
watch out, motherfuckers.
I doubt it's going to happen this year, but maybe next year.
Us Brits will just sit over here in the corner, just like, yeah, what's still illegal.
But at least you can get some, though. At least you have access, right? It'd be much worse if you didn't.
Yeah, with the chance of going to jail.
Yeah, exactly. Jay's right. There is a chance you'll go to jail. Not a very big chance, I have to say, but
I'd say my chances of going to jail are a lot higher than Chris's chances.
Why?
Because I've already for growing it.
Oh, fuck off. I know people have been busted for growing it like 10 times. It makes no difference. I don't care.
Do you guys see legalization anywhere in the near future, or is that way down the line?
Not with this
government. Not with this government. Yeah, exactly.
If
so it's 20 at least. Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
I'm convinced that the strongest lobby against marijuana legalization is Big Pharma, because they don't want the competition. Pharmaceutical companies.
This is what's good about the U.S. having like the way we do things by state by state, because I think if we didn't, we'd never have legal weed too, because I think like one state doing it and showing that it works.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
You know, it sets the example, and then more and more states start doing it, which is what happened, right?
We got like one local counties that just allowed it here. That might maybe.
Colorado's the perfect example. Their economy's booming from it, so it's like now and nobody's dying because of it or anything. So, you know,
hasn't the crime rate gone down in Colorado? I'm sure I read that.
I don't know. I haven't looked into that. Yeah, it might have.
Shit! I've just realised something actually, Chris. Speaking of what Alfie's just saying, well, we do have, regions of the United Kingdom that have a devolved administration. So that means the fucking Scots are going to get it first.
That fucking Scotland.
That's probably
I'm moving north too.
That's probably the best way for it to happen for England is for one of the other countries in Britain to do it first and show that it's.
I'm pretty sure that the drug laws for Scotland and Wales are like done by our like government, aren't they, Jay? In England.
That's a good point. Actually, I'm not sure.
I think they are.
Yeah.
I think you might be right, actually.
But
I mean, Scotland could do it through. They could be like, "Oh, we don't want to police it, so fuck you, down the street."
Actually, yeah, they could do that. Yeah, they could effectively decriminalize it rather than legalize it. You mean?
Yeah.
Definitely. Wales, fuck knows, because they're so tied up with England, it's unreal. And then there's England, which technically doesn't have a devolved administration, so the people of England are less democratically represented than everyone else in the UK.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
It's still the best bit of the UK, so fuck it.
Yeah, exactly. Because who the fuck would want to live in Northern Ireland?
Well, that is the worst example.
Oh,
We haven't got any
Hellbound.
Northern Irish
What's
who are
up, Hellbound?
offended in the chat. Actually, I don't give a fuck.
My viewers on streams is pretty consistent. I consistently get 22 viewers. I guess that's all our friends.
It says it, everyone off the Discord.
Yeah, basically. Which is cool with me. I like it.
I just like hanging in.
There's a few extra people in the chat.
My friend Jan
This is
showed
fun.
up at the beginning. He said he was busy, but he just stopped by to say hi. He was born with diabetes.
Diabetes.
And yeah, and his kidney failed.
Diabetes.
His kidney failed a couple of years back.
Jesus.
And he had to move to and he was on a donor list, but he couldn't get any here because our donor, New Jersey's fucking.
Devin Tracy's birthday was yesterday.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, well, February 1st, I imagine, because it's
February
the
1st.
second there now.
There goes that's my
we
internet
are.
research.
Technically, I've still got 9 minutes.
I'm gonna mute and send him a voice note singing him happy birthday. Hold on.
Yeah, go for it. But he had to move to Arizona because New Jersey's way too populated, so he was way down on the list here for a new kidney. But he recently got his transplant, and it's going well, which is cool. Happy birthday!
He's gonna be like, "Oh my god, why do I talk to this girl?"
No, he'll like it. He'll probably put it in the video.
You're not the only one. He's going to be like, "What the fuck? Why do I talk to this fucking fat cunt from England?" Because I've just sent him a message as well.
Oh, well, that's quite funny. I've just sent him a message on WhatsApp as well.
His phone's blowing up as we speak.
It's like it's still 9 minutes of the first left here, so happy birthday.
Devin Tracy.
You'll excuse me, I have to have a bathroom break.
No.
No. Just sit there and suffer.
I'll pee my chair. That's fine.
See you in a sec, Paul.
All day. How lovely.
Right, so we'll judge him. What a
Jamie. Jamie. You guys.
yes, Jamie.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said
Can
it.
you guys look at the chat right now?
What about it? Yeah.
Oh. Yes.
Yeah, I'm well up for that.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
But not put it anywhere public, like just for him.
Yeah.
Right? Because I don't know.
Send it to each other.
I don't know.
We could all
if
film
he'll
the
be cool
clips
with
and send it to. Well, we could all film the bits and then send it to you, and then you can send it to him.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do all the little words and the cool stuff to it. That'd be dope.
I also know how old he is, but I'm not gonna say.
I don't. Doesn't matter.
You don't? Yeah. Most people don't. I didn't know until right now when I found out when his birthday was. But I'm not gonna say.
Marina.
We are. What a surprise, Jamie. Me and you are yet again. Because daydream where we were messaging him, he said on it, he's like, "Are you and Amy conspiring together?"
Always.
Exactly, mate. Exactly.
Marino doxed Devin's age. He revealed he's 22.
Oh shit! What's he doing?
Rude.
That was a secret.
Rude, Marino. Oh, and Marino, you know where the link is to get in here, so don't even fucking say it. He was saying
Marino?
Everybody's on the stream but me.
Yeah.
Because he's always saying you never get divided. It's like, yeah, you saw the link. I know you saw it. You just didn't click.
Yeah, of course he saw it. He will never click a link. It
The
we
reason
could
why
all
he
send
did that is
it.
because he saw the link.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Oh, one day he'll surprise us and he'll just pop in.
He will, yeah.
What's this? There's magic in the air.
I was gonna say that is what I was
like. Get your whiny ass in there.
I know.
I don't know why.
How did this turn into the Jamie show? That's the only reason Marina won't come on my streams, because the Jamie show's here.
What are you talking about? He encourages us. If it's me and him and Jamie, he'll go, "It's the Jamie show."
Chrissy never comes on here either, Chrissy.
Grant wants a warning. Chris will just straight up fucking leave. It just annoys him. He's like, "Fuck this, I'm out."
The warning is for Grant and it's for both of them. But
we did a quiet one.
Everyone else could go.
I don't give a fuck about warning.
We're like, "It's the Jamie show."
Chrissy was invited. I posted the link.
We have to do our inside voices.
That you all know that you're invited to come on when I post it in there. You just don't.
Yeah, come on, Chrissy. No work tomorrow, are you?
No, they hate me. Yeah, you know that's not true.
These two cunts.
Oh yeah, Chris. You know OBS pretty well, or no?
I do, fairly well.
Okay. Sometime this
Alfie,
week, can you help me set up OBS for streams from now on, like to get the chat on the screen and all that stuff?
Yes, yeah, I can talk you through that. I can certainly point you in the right places.
Yeah, we'll work on that sometime later this weekend.
Alfie, is it okay if
or this weekend? Yeah.
Say yes or no?
Yeah, yes. I'll do it right now.
Yeah, cool.
Sorry, I forgot about you, dude.
Paul is back. Paul is back.
Hi, Paul.
Hello. I had a good pee. Let me tell you all.
Thanks for the bladder update.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, Paul, I love your guitar strap.
Yeah, I'll pull it out so you can see it here.
Whoa.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I thought
pull
it
it
was
right
a
out.
guitar.
That's it.
Like, is that a Union Jack guitar? It was like, no, it's just a strap.
Just the strap. Strap on my strap.
Long live the Queen, mate.
She's my gal.
Oh my days.
Oh my days.
So tired.
Oh,
I was going to say,
It's
I've
been a
like
long
2
week,
hours
mate.
sleep in the past 2 days on you.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I
sorry.
went back to sleep for a bit.
So I got something to tell you
Yeah,
guys. I was watching Netflix last night, right? And I found this
Yeah.
show called People with Extreme Animal obsessions, I guess. And
Dream at what?
Extreme Animal Obsessions. And there's such
Boy, okay.
weird fucking
Sounds
psychopaths on this show. You need to watch it. They're so fucking weird. There's one guy who likes to live like a dog. And he's married and has kids, and his wife, I feel so bad for his wife. His wife is like
So does she have to clean up after him and stuff?
No, not that far, but he she pets him.
He shits in the yard.
He eats dog food. Like he eats dog food and he eats it out of the bowl with his dog. He has like a 2-bowl thing, and him and his dog eat it. She won't. She doesn't kiss him anymore because his breath stinks. His wife's hot too. They're like Russian, I think. They're like Russian immigrants, and his wife's hot. And they have a kid. They have a kid that's like a baby. He doesn't do any responsibility. And I'm like, yeah, right. He doesn't want to be a dog. That's just his way of getting away with not doing any responsible thing, of shying away from responsibilities. Because he doesn't do anything. Funny. He doesn't take care of the bills or do any cooking or cleaning.
What?
And he just basically acts like a dog all day. And
I would divorce that motherfucker.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, why has he still got a wife? That's unbelievable.
Yeah, they barely even kiss anymore because his breath stinks like dog food.
She's an enabler, and that's on her now.
Yeah, that's what they had a psychologist come, and that's what he was telling him. He was like, you have to say no to these things and not, play along with them because he's never gonna stop. That's another guy who eats raw meat, and then it gets to a point where he puts like raw organs in like a jar. And stores them, and they start going bad, like rotten, and he starts eating it like that, and they have like maggots.
Ew!
Fucking gross. And it's all he eats. All he eats
Disgusting.
all raw meat all the time. But it's gross. And it's roadkill.
That's
Like he finds
nasty.
roadkill while he's driving, and he picks it up and he starts eating it right there. Like he'll pick it up, go in the grass, and start cutting it up and start eating pieces and be like, "Oh yeah, that's good. I'm taking this with me." Fucking gross.
Dude, people are so weird. There's this weird, show that I watched where like a girl has this obsession with being an infant, so she wears diapers and like her boyfriend plays along with it.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, she wears a diaper. She has a giant crib that she goes in, you know, like in the bedroom.
That's fucking crazy.
She shits and pisses in her diaper, and her boyfriend has to come change it and shit. It's fucking gross.
That's so nasty. And people give me shit just for wearing cat ears. Bitch, they're cute.
Yeah.
Go away.
Yeah,
that's like elite.
And you know you're not a cat. You're not acting like a cat.
Yeah, I think Snapchat is doing it to me because there's all the cat ear filters and stuff. And like Ariana Grande's who I actually got it from because she's wearing the ears, and I just it's so cute.
That was like that show. You ever watch Freaky Eaters? I used to watch that a lot too.
No, what's that?
No, it's a show about people who eat weird things and are obsessed with like eating weird things. And there was this one lady who ate flour. She would just grab spoonfuls of flour and eat it. And it's like after eventually she hadn't gotten to the bathroom in like 3 weeks or something, and her stomach was hurting, so she went to the doctor. And they're like, yeah, it's clogged. Flour. Yeah, she's eating flour, completely clogged up her system. They're like, you have to stop eating flour, and we're gonna have to like get, you know, they give them like certain things to break it down so she could poop. But it was completely clogging her system. Obviously, when she's eating flour, it's gonna solidify inside you, and the more and more she's doing it, the more solid it was getting and bigger and bigger.
Ew.
That's fucking crazy.
There was a girl who was obsessed with eating well, it's kind of funny with the Tide Pod thing going on now, but
oh my god, what is up with that?
Yeah, she would eat the powdered detergent. She would like rub it on her teeth and stuff.
What the fuck?
Yeah, really weird.
Like, do you get high from these things? What is it?
Yeah, I don't know.
What's up, Ticey?
Hi, Ty.
Yeah, sometimes people do.
Ty, so I was literally just reading your message you sent me, mate.
Yeah, I had some trouble trying to connect, but apparently it got through. So, what up?
There he is.
Nice.
Yeah. What's up, Tice?
Hi. Oh, it's the real Paul. What's up, man?
Actually, I'm just a paid actor to sit in.
Yeah. Yeah, the real Paul is on the behind the camera with a mic talking while this one's
This friend you said you were gonna hire. Oh, okay, yeah. Or the actor. What's up, guys?
I was gonna say these people have like a psychological problem where I think they deal with stress in that way. You know, everybody has their ways of dealing with stress, but normal human beings don't deal with it like that. But I think these people have a way that's like their way of dealing with stress, I guess. But eventually, you know, the show is basically like two psychologists. They go out and they talk to these people and eventually try to convince them that what they're doing is gonna kill them, you know.
Yeah, I didn't catch everything of the weird people you guys were talking about, but isn't it like aren't some of these people actors? Because
sometimes I would think sometimes they are, or maybe not actors, but I think they're people who want to be on TV and they trick the show into thinking they do these weird things. But I think some of them are real. But then I started talking about another show called Freaky Eaters, and
but that means you actually have to do that thing, and that's just...
yeah. That's why I don't with the Freaky Eaters one. I don't think that one's fake. But somebody acting like a
roadkill, like how fucked
eating
up
roadkill is bad. Yeah, there's something wrong with that.
Actually, I know people who eat roadkill.
But they cook it, right? They don't just eat it right off the road.
Oh yeah, they eat off the road. They take it home and cut it into meat.
Yeah, that's still better than I'm a dog. Yeah. I'm gonna take this roadkill and I'm just.
Oh right, you meant actually eating it there and then. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's what he does. He found a rabbit in the show, driving, and there was a rabbit flattened out on the road, and he picked it up. He took it to the grass, cut the fur off, and ate a piece of the meat. To like see if it was good. He was like tasting it, and he was like, "Yeah, it's good, and he took it home.
Doesn't sound healthy.
No. In more ways than one, to be honest. Rabbits specifically get a certain disease that can kill you if you eat it.
Yeah, rabbits are disgusting. Good point.
There's a term for it called rabbit fever, and that comes from eating raw rabbit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Huh. There's also another term called rabbit starvation, and it's because rabbits have hardly any fat, so you can actually die from eating rabbit, like well, starve from eating rabbit if you don't eat anything to supplement the fat.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. So if you're in a survival situation and you're gonna eat rabbit, make sure to eat the bone marrow and organs, or you're not gonna survive, or you're gonna starve.
So there is a way around it.
Yeah, you have to eat everything.
Work around.
Yeah, because all their fat is stored in their bone marrow and organs and stuff. So they're very muscly creatures.
Yeah, because if I remember correctly, the people who were out, gathering beaver pelts and whatnot in Canada, they would live off of rabbit, and they would die from basically just eating rabbit and nothing else.
Huh.
Yeah, that's what would happen.
I don't know how accurate that is, but
yeah, I don't know if that's
true.
But that is what happens, though. Yeah, that is what happens. I saw that on Survivor Man. Because he went
Marino.
He went into a situation where all he had to eat was rabbit. So he explained that you have to eat the bone marrow and the organs, because if not, you'll starve.
Yeah, rabbits. The thing. Who knew?
You guys, man.
Hold on.
Am I hearing someone saying?
Chrissy is so creative.
Oh, you guys are so funny.
Hissy fit Chrissy. There you go. Chrissy and
what's everyone got going on this weekend? What about you, Paul? Any dates with any birds?
Nothing in the near future. Next weekend, we got some evenings lined up.
No. Are you trying to convince Chrissy to come on?
From New Mexico, are they? It's a bit of a long drive, isn't it? So take a couple of days.
It is. I've made that drive before, and yeah, it's a haul.
Who said anything about you driving?
We'll meet in the middle. Mississippi's good. I'm old-fashioned.
Fair enough. So yeah, this weekend. Just work next week.
Chris found a link to the rabbit starvation, or caribou starvation.
Caribou starvation, yeah.
Yeah. Caribou meat during certain times of the year is very lean. It doesn't contain much in the way of nutrients or fat. Yeah, see? Yeah, that's what happens.
Well, I'm just going to have to kill other things than just rabbits, aren't I?
Yeah.
Neighbors' kids.
But if you're just so you know, you're in that situation, you know how to survive now.
Oh, I really want a rabbit burger now. There's a place in town that does all kinds of burgers. Crocodile burgers, kangaroo burgers, rabbit burgers.
Ostrich burgers are really good. I used to have a place by me that would make really good. Buffalo burger is also really good and very lean.
The way you just described rabbit meat, Alf, sounds like it's got real good macros. A lot of protein.
Yeah, but no fat. No fat, no nutrients. I mean, all they eat is vegetables. All they eat is vegetables, but they have a lot of energy, so they probably burn fat super fast. And that's probably why they don't have it.
Yeah, they're vegan, so it tells you all about.
Yeah, they're vegan, and they're constantly moving. So
yeah.
Rabbit burger, Lance.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm entranced by the chat at the moment.
Yeah, me too. Marino, hop in here. You are hereby cordially invited.
Come on in.
He makes himself known in the chat, but he won't come online.
No, he would never do it.
It's probably that fucking Mac that he's bought can't handle it. That's what I reckon it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Macs are shit. Macs are shit for live streaming.
Macs are shit, period.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Marino. You can't let that lie.
Yeah, now you got to come in here and debate Tyson on Mac.
You got to defend your clam on this stream right here.
Oh, fuck you, Marino.
Well, yeah. Well, he is you know, the what's her name, Nelty Puff. She does out-sub him at the moment, I believe. So
I don't know.
Does she?
Yeah, I think she does.
I'm at 130, 231, I think.
I do watch most of her videos, to be honest.
Where the fuck do you find the time to do that?
Oh,
he goes to work, Chris, doesn't he? But he doesn't do anything there. He just sits and watches YouTube.
Jay kind of, I think Jay sussed me out. I don't think I've ever actually admitted that, but yeah, pretty much that's all I do all day.
How did I
It was fucking obvious, Chris.
I watched that hour-long Was Lee video the other day, even though I really didn't want that. Freak.
I don't know. I was born this way.
Oh God, that means you're not likely to
I'm on
change.
the right track, baby. I was born this way.
Amy, you need to turn it down. Marino said that too.
Never.
Always tone it up.
Never.
Never tone down.
I don't think she knows how to turn it down, Ty says.
Yeah.
It's not even worth
How do
asking
I?
her.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm Amy. How do I not Amy? That's the question.
Exactly.
Yes. Very well.
Somebody tell
Wake up.
me.
As soon as
I
you wake
don't
up, you're
know.
Amy all the time.
I mean,
Marina
it
won't
exhausted
admit I
me
look dashing
too. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh.
Oh, of course.
Amy, we gotta watch Ant-Man soon.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen that. I would like to.
I haven't seen the
Yeah,
trailer.
we gotta
yet.
watch that soon.
I do.
For the
Alf,
second
I've
one.
got some up-to-date news. You do, in fact, have more subs than Nately Puffs.
Ah, you see, Jay, I was telling you, I'm at 231 now.
Oh shit!
She's at
You gotta
220.
But it's
clap
not
like
a
the
competition.
queen.
It's not a
Hey,
competition. She can have
Chris,
a
do me a favor. Dump her link to her channel in the AIU Discord and put it in share your work and tell everyone to check her out. Get them numbers up a bit more.
I don't know if I want people to be mean because
She's very sweet. Yeah, I don't think people will be mean. Do you think so?
No,
No.
Oh no, they shouldn't be mean.
Nice
She's
girl.
lovely.
She's very nice. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
very sweet girl.
But I just want her to have more subs than Alfie at all times.
I promoted her channel too. I'm not trying to compete with her.
Now
When
you
I
are.
put up that video of
You have
Sargon,
no choice.
yeah, because Jay's making it happen for some reason.
Fucking Jay.
But
Starting
when I
shit.
put up that video of
Yeah.
Sargon, one of her, I put her channel in the description so people can sub.
Top man. Top man. Oh shit, I'm going out. Oh, hang on. What day am I on actually before? Right,
Marina,
no, tomorrow.
do I look black only from the waist down, Paul?
I get that all the
I thought you were
time.
half black.
Yeah.
The bottom half.
Half black.
Yeah,
Is
bottom
it?
half, yeah. Black from the
What are,
waist
what are
down.
you, that guy I was interviewing the other
And
day?
Jewish, right? You're Jewish too, right, Alfie?
Yeah, I just think I was
Can't
half
believe you never
black,
told me.
half Jewish, so like, no,
Yeah,
what
I
am
don't-
saying?
I don't see how he just couldn't understand the half and quarter part. I think he's just retarded or he's just trolling on that issue.
Yeah,
So,
it has to be one of those.
Marino. He's another funny one. That fucking Marino, man.
Definitely.
Brooks.
Well, I don't know if you guys know, but I'm off down the Palestinian Museum again.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Fight the good fight, Jay.
Gonna go fucking see this Jackie Walker. Ask us some questions.
I've not watched your video yet, but I don't know who Jackie Walker is. So,
She's some woman that moved to Britain when she was a kid because her parents were from Jamaica. She's lived here all her life. She joined the Labour Party in the 90s, got suspended last year for anti-Semitic comments and some comments regarding Holocaust Memorial Day. And also she was quite heavily in bed with Momentum, but after she got suspended from the Labour Party, they kind of voted her out, but basically they were trying to distance themselves from it all.
no.
So yeah, she's going to be in Bristol giving a talk about, and her talk is called The Lynching.
Mm.
Oh, that should be interesting. I'm sure you could find some things to talk to her about if you can get some time up with her.
Are you going to record the talk too, Jay?
Yeah, you can video it.
Well, the thing is, right, I'm in a bit of a... I don't know what to do, because apparently the tickets are sold out. First of all, they want 12 fucking quid, and I'm not really comfortable with giving them fucking money where it's going to go. So what is wrong with you, Amy?
A lot.
A lot.
What specifically, though?
I just
Is that what you're laughing at? I was laughing. Marino, your dick.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't really want to give them fucking 12 quid, so I'm hoping I can just like get in, no problem. But if not, I'm just gonna wait until it's all finished, and because there's only one entrance to the building, so sorted.
I'd be interested in hearing what her opinion on Hamas rocket attacks on Israel are, and if that's a good use of tax dollars for the Palestinians.
Exactly.
Yeah, that'd be a good question.
Oh my God, Amy.
I'm trying to send this to you guys.
Share it on
Let's
the
see if I can
Discord
show
server.
everyone.
I was going to say, we all get the same picture here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could everyone see it on the screen?
I saw a big brown cunt and I was like,
Keep holding it up. What does it say? Watch out, you're ruining the story, you big. What does the bottom say?
You're ruining the story, you big brown cunt.
That's funny.
posted in the AIU Discord. I don't know why I found that so funny.
Oh God, Andy Warski's live.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. I posted an article the other day. I don't know if you saw it. That it was about some article from Right Wing Watch or whatever, and they were saying that his channel's become like a training ground for alt-right or whatever, and Nazis or white supremacy, whatever.
You're kidding.
Yeah, because all he has on is white supremacists, and he puts them against like people.
Because he had Jared Taylor on once, so now all he has is white supremacists. Jared Taylor is actually quite reasonable. He might have some out there views, but the things he said on that stream yesterday are not that crazy. Like, I don't really know why people do that. It's so frustrating.
Why is Andy Warski still relevant?
I don't think he
No idea, mate.
Well, I think he's just relevant because he's got a large sub base, or relatively large.
Yeah.
Decided to sort of go this adversarial route, hasn't he, to try and generate more subs, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he's relevant, because he's got a lot of people watching him.
Yeah. He wants to be a host. That's what he wants to do. I'm guessing he wants to. Well, now he's the #1 watched live stream.
Yeah, but you think he's fucking terrible at it? Like,
I don't think he's good
at it. Himself, he's absolutely horrendous at being a host.
Yeah, people go on to watch his guests go and argue against each other. Like that's.
No one ever goes for Andy Warski. They go for whoever he's got on, like whichever guest.
Right.
He's Kumite Light.
Yeah. Well,
Light.
I don't know. He's to me, he's trying to basically do Kumite, but bigger. That's what he's trying to do. But it ends up being Kumite Light. You're right.
I feel like he's just trying to be Joe Rogan. Like Joe Rogan has a lot of people on his show that he doesn't necessarily agree with, and it works for him. So, and who's Andy Warski's like one of his biggest role models? He said it's Joe Rogan, right? And it's not a bad. The difference between Warski and Rogan is actually really good at talking, even though he's a little bit stupid. He doesn't sound as stupid as Warski, which may sound a little bit mean, but like Rogan is a genuinely curious guy, and he's very loquacious. He's very good at talking. He's very good at keeping a conversation going, and
he's very open-minded too. Like even when he doesn't agree with something, he'll still let them get their point out and question. Ask questions to get further details.
Yeah, that's what Warski's trying to model his show after, it seems like. So,
well, if there's a market for it, then I guess good luck to him. I don't find it that compelling to watch.
Dan says he has a 105 IQ tops. I don't even think it's that high up.
I think you've been generous there, Dan.
Yeah, that's quite generous.
I don't even. Is it any comedian, Andy Warski, or supposedly?
He tried to.
Everyone and their fucking mother is a comedian.
He wanted to be a comedian. He tried. He did some stand up, but
Marino just
from what I
joke.
heard,
He's a comedian now.
Was not good. Yeah. His stand up was not that good from what I heard. Maybe he's had better material, and I heard the bad material. But from what I heard, it wasn't that good.
Yeah, fair enough.
But of course, it's subjective. So I mean, maybe other people think it's funny. I don't know.
Alleged comedian, indeed, Dan.
Alleged comedian.
He's not funny though.
He's
not very funny.
Yeah. He's a
but you know who else isn't funny as a comedian?
Who?
Rogan is not very funny as a comedian.
Are you kidding? I think he's fucking
hilarious. He's all right.
Dude,
he has a few moments in his shows, but I think he's a way better. I think he's way better as a talker.
Actually, Amy, I think it was you that told me he was a comedian, and I've watched loads of Joe Rogan streams, and I didn't fucking know.
No, yeah. He's been a comedian for a long time.
He's not Louis C.K. funny.
My favorite.
You know what I mean? Like, he has moments throughout his. I've seen him live, right? I've watched all his specials. I mean, it's real life shit, and it is funny. Like, he is funny, but in terms of like comedians, I wouldn't put him up there or anything.
Well, no, he's funny because Joe Rogan is a martial artist, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a lot of things.
Is he?
Yeah, and he was good at that. That's why I thought he was famous. I didn't realize he was a comedian because I don't find him funny. Apparently, he's very good at fighting.
Yeah, he's a great fighter. I mean, he's like very physically fit, and I don't know. I think like the best way to describe Joe is well-rounded. He's a very well-rounded individual.
Yeah,
and that's something that is like very underrated and underappreciated. Exactly.
He's definitely a guy.
He's a master martial artist, though. He's a fucking great
guy. You can see yourself sitting down and like having a beer with, though, isn't he? He seems like he's very.
He was teaching GSP how to kick. GSP was getting tips from Rogan on how to kick, so obviously he's a master at fighting.
Joe Rogan's comedy is my favorite kind of comedy, like the social observation comedy, like George Carlin and Bill Hicks. Like,
yeah, I agree.
Bill Hicks,
with that.
if you watch Bill Hicks, he's one of my favorite comedians, and he doesn't get as many laughs as like maybe George Carlin does, but he's still one of my favorite comedians.
Yeah, Bill Hicks is great.
Yeah, I like the content. You're right. I do like the content that he talks about.
Because observing humans is funny.
Yeah, but like, see, like Rogan makes me think, so it's hard for me to like when he gets crazy on stage. Like, I think in his last special, he was like humping a chair when he was pretending to be Bruce Jenner. Like,
oh yeah.
You remember that? That was hilarious.
Funny,
but like,
when he talks about Brock Lesnar in one of his stand-ups, and he's like, you look at Brock Lesnar and the first thing you think about is, if this guy wants to fuck me, there's nothing I could do to stop him.
Yeah.
You know, like, what are you gonna fight against it? Like, you're just gonna have to take it and accept it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that like I said, he does definitely has funny moments, but his the things he says make me think a lot. I'm like,
he mixes it. He
like
things
this.
About and makes you laugh about that. You know?
Yeah,
because humans are ridiculous beings, and it's fun to observe them and be like, well, why do we do this? That's weird. I love Amy Schumer. Women are funny. Get over it. Kelly said.
That leather special was so bad. She used to be really funny.
Yeah, I thought she was funny at first, but the problem is this is what happens with comedians is there's one note comedians, and then sometimes they blow up fast. And they stay one note, so it's like if you're not going to evolve if you're not going to evolve your skill, you're gonna fail. You know what I'm saying?
Now it's like, oh, my cunt smells like a barnyard.
It's the same jokes over and over again with different words.
That's not funny.
And she
That's
stole
gross,
jokes too, which is bullshit. I hate.
Yeah, Dave Attell from Dave Attell and shit.
Oh no, not just Dave Attell. From Patrice O'Neal.
That's the one I remember the most.
Who is one of my favorite fucking comedians of all time.
Dave Attell's great. Yeah.
No, Patrice O'Neal.
Oh my God, he's dead now, right? Which is just super sad.
Yeah, I met him a year before he died, and he's from my area. So
did you get a picture?
Yeah. He's from Jersey City. No, my friends have one in Florida, but I've been trying to contact her to get it, but she never gets back to me.
Yeah.
But she has like 2 kids now and is married, so that's understandable.
I also really love Doug Stanhope. Like, he's really fucking crude.
Doug Stanhope is funny too, yeah.
He's hilarious.
Yeah. Him and Joe Rogan used to host the Man Show.
I never saw any of that. And I can't find it.
Yeah, Comedy Central is good at taking shit off the internet and not having really other people upload their stuff.
I heard that Doug Stanhope and Joe Rogan had Doug Stanhope's mom on, and they were like watching porn together and rating it.
That's great. That is such a Doug Stanhope thing to do.
Totally.
It definitely is.
Man, like in his special, he's talking about how his mom wanted him to help her commit suicide by giving her a bunch of morphine pills. Like, it was. Oh God. Yeah.
I understand why he's the way he is now, because it must have been
zero fucks. Like, he just does not care.
Nothing. I remember he did a stand-up where he was talking about herpes, and he was like, "I have herpes." He was like, "I don't see what's the big deal. Everybody has herpes."
He's like, "I wasn't a spectator in this game, sweetheart. I was a player."
Yeah, I was a player. He's like, "Oh, you get a little lump on your lip a couple times every 3 or 4 years. Ooh, like, it goes away. All right."
Hilarious. Bill Burr is one of my favorite.
I love Bill Burr. I love him.
I'm not too big on Bill Burr.
His more recent special isn't as funny, but he's great on his podcast. Like, he could just sit there by himself, and he's the most entertaining person just to listen to.
To be honest, I like him more to just listen to him talk than his. Like, I'd rather just listen to him talking, because when he just talks, he's fucking hilarious. You know? Like, I don't know why. I do like his stand-ups, but I don't know why I don't find his stand-ups as funny as just listening to him ramble on.
There's this really funny.
What do you think of Kate Williams?
Who? Oh, Cat Williams, the little black guy.
I can't stand.
Yeah. Why do you hate him, Alfie? Why? He's fucking hilarious.
Not funny at all. He rarely makes me laugh, and I just find him to be really annoying instead.
Yeah, Tom Segura's funny.
Did you guys ever see that video of him getting beat up by a teenager? A teenager choking him out. No. Yeah, he was playing soccer in his old hometown or something with a bunch of kids, and then he got into a fight with one of the kids, and they were yelling at each other. No, soccer, because he was playing it in the States, so it's soccer. But they got into an argument or something, and he tried to walk away, but the kid followed him, and they kept arguing. And then he got up in the kid's face, and he was like, "Well, you're gonna hit me, blah blah." And he pushed the kid, and then the kid grabbed him and fucking choked him out. He put him on the ground and was like choking him out.
Well,
mental.
And afterwards, he's sitting on the ground all beat up, like, "And this is why celebrities don't go back to the ghetto. You see, this because things like this." I watched Jim Jeffries' latest special last night. That shit was hilarious.
That
was really good.
What was it called?
The one with where he has
Freedom.
the little hair.
Freedom. FREEDUM. Yeah. That was my least.
That was a good one. No, it was still good though.
I love Jim Jeffries though.
This is where I was talking about how I like that, because he goes into the serious stuff and talks about, like the way people act, and he starts talking about the part where he's talking about the letter he's writing to his son and shit, and talking about politics and all that. And maybe you don't laugh as much as that at that point, but it's still nice to listen to,
No, I know. I think for me, I'm tired of the political shit. That's my only issue. The rest of it was hilarious, but as soon as it gets to the politics,
we are getting to that point where it is.
I'm bored of the politics.
Oh, look who's here!
Oh, Devin,
happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy U.S. birthday, because
it's a day after over there.
It's a day after here too now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it turns out happy birthday.
You guys are past midnight already in Europe?
Yeah.
When I texted him, it was 9 minutes before, so it was still technically the first.
Yeah, exactly. Same.
We're all about 10 or 11 hours late in his time zone, though. So
yeah. I didn't know he was a February baby. I like how he's right at the beginning of February. And I'm right at the end of February. Devin, we were meant to be.
You guys encompass February, which has Valentine's Day in it. You see? That's
Yeah, right in the middle is Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
King of Scumfucks.
Valentine's.
King of Scumfucks, beginning of February. Queen of Scumfucks, end of February.
And right
Fucking
in the middle,
hacker.
Love it.
right in the middle
It's not
is Valentine's Day.
Valentine's
Same.
Day isn't as important as Steak and Blowjob Day in March 14th. Steak and Blowjob. That's the
I
day
think it's
all about,
sad
man.
that there needs to be a day for that.
Yeah,
There's a steak and blowjob. I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, I've never heard of that, Al.
No, I've never heard of it.
If my
really
boyfriend
good.
was
I
ever
don't know how
like,
long it's been around.
you know what? I'm really in the mood for a steak and a blowjob. I'd be like, baby, I'll cook you a steak naked, and I'll be right there with that BJ. You just hold it.
I like
Just
I like
hold
I,
it, baby.
I like pizza and anal day better.
Pizza and anal day.
You can have that too. Just ask nicely.
Pizza and anal day.
Hamburger and face fuck day. That's
I don't know if
Italian
you want to
holiday?
combine pizza and anal, though. Honestly, maybe like
Not
something else.
exactly the
Depends
same.
in what order,
better,
though.
better
Yeah.
than
Yeah,
better than tacos and anal. Yeah, that's better than chili and anal.
or burritos and anal.
Yeah, burritos and
Curry and anal.
Burrito.
don't want that. Well, maybe you could do the anal first and then have pizza afterwards after you burn off all that energy.
There
Yeah.
you go.
There we go. Al's
And
got
you can have beer too then.
Oh yeah,
Because pizza and beer is real
beer
good
and pizza
together.
go well together.
Yes,
Yeah,
they do.
carbonated beverages and pizza go good together. Like soda and beer.
Pancakes
and
and
pizza.
pegging.
Pancakes and pegging.
That's Ethan's holiday, that is, isn't it?
But
That's
that
Ethan's
surprised
holiday.
me. Dan wears fucking socks and sandals. Motherfucker.
Oh,
You
shit.
would want to. You
He's a
would
German
want to
too.
Yeah, that
pegging
pretty
and
much is
pancakes
unforgivable,
day.
Dan.
Yeah.
Straight
you
up.
don't do
He
that.
sent me a fucking picture that night, and it was him wearing socks and sandals, and I was like, "How
Oh my
dare
god,
you?
man.
How dare you, sir?" I raise my nose at you.
Devin's
My
such a
Indian
90s
nose.
kid. There's a funny stereotype for Dominicans. They tend to not wear socks. So you always see them
in
walking around
their
with
shoes.
shoes and socks. Yeah, but
Oh.
they happen to wear flip flops with socks for
Oh,
some
Devin,
reason.
twins.
Devin
Tracy.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I come here, I don't ask for much. I just ask for a platform and for you to all be quiet and let me talk.
The stage
The platform is yours.
You've had your turn. Yeah, no, it's been weird. It's, 22. It's like, you're not 21. But I
Do you
feel
have any
21.
gray
so
ball hairs?
Yeah.
Turning
I don't-
21
I don't inspect them, but I mean, the guys here will attest. Your hair grows at just rapid, stupid rates where you just check back in with your body. You're like, what the hell is going on? Like, I gotta shave this shit down.
Yeah.
It's true.
Amen.
That's
Amen.
yeah.
Hey, look at Chris's face. It's like a goddamn chia pet.
He
Oh,
said
man,
he's gonna shave it all.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody in here is.
Pop
I
out.
remember I remember a couple of years ago looking at people like maybe 8 or 9 years older than me and seeing like ear hair and shit and being like, oh, that's gross. And now I'm like every day I'm looking in the mirror like trying to get rid of the little hairs growing in there now. Like fuck, I gotta get
Ear
horrible.
hairs. So cute.
There's tools.
yeah, but it
for
comes
that,
out of
I
nowhere.
think,
It's
now.
true. Like one day you don't see any, and then one day you look and you notice you have hair in places that you didn't have before. And you're like, what the fuck? Where did this?
Oh
come
no! I mean, it's seriously just troubling. Just the human condition. It's just, I mean, thank
Yeah,
God
it's terrible.
for women and for fashion and for makeup and filters because we're pretty disgusting. I mean, just looking at you all, it confirms it for me. But I mean,
But thank you.
You can shut your mouth, Mr. Tracy.
you all of you have this facial hair and beards. I mean, it makes Jay and I look like just lady boys over here. We're just so feminine.
you guys are children.
Little girly man.
All clean shaven, baby. Clean shaven.
Lady boys.
Don't want to make the
I'm just
ladies'
lazy.
vaginas feel all
I'm
rough.
so clean shave because I am so lazy and hate it. So I just use like an electric razor to get it as short as I can.
They're such lumberjacks. Hey, Tice, have you shown anyone that video of you working out and your trainer?
The one I used to get myself motivated? No, not yet.
That's motivation too.
I should probably put that on my Facebook, yeah, just to show everyone.
Well, I always wondered what your secret was, but now it's clear what motivates you.
It's out in the open now. I was gonna sell it. I was gonna keep it and put a price on it, but you just outed me, man. Fuck.
Hey, I heard Shibes had another stream. Is that true?
That's tomorrow,
no, it's
right?
in 26.
Tomorrow, isn't it?
It's tomorrow, yeah. About 24
really?
hours away we are still, yeah. And apparently it's an Ask Me Anything stream, so hopefully the chat will be open again.
Ask me anything except for these 10,000 things that you're not allowed to ask me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, basically.
About 1 billion sock accounts, so I'm ready.
Yeah, I still have to do my video on the first one. I'm backlogged here. I just did a recording with the GF about The Bachelor. Anybody else watching The Bachelor?
Oh, yes. I can't wait for that.
Yes.
I like
What?
those.
Who's watching The Bachelor?
I
None of
don't
you
know.
are.
Here watches.
No, I just like your videos that you do
Yeah, I
on The
do
Bachelor
like your
with your
videos.
girlfriend. I like those.
Yeah, watch that.
That is The Bachelor. Actually, no,
Yeah.
I do know someone who watches The Bachelor, and it is Annie.
There you go.
So,
Well, I
there
like
you
how
go.
you guys are all acting snooty and like you're better than me because I watch The Bachelor, but I'm sure you watch stupid ass shit too.
Oh, I definitely.
I don't
God,
hate it
yeah.
at all.
I was actually talking earlier on here about watching some weird show about extreme animal obsessions that people have. It was really weird.
Oh.
Show.
I saw a great movie last night. I, Tanya.
Oh.
It was so good.
I want to see that.
The story of
Tanya
Tanya Harding.
Harding?
and Mexico. Yeah. But it was so well
He
done.
might
Like,
be too young to know what that is.
Yeah,
The producers,
probably age gap thing.
I have no idea who it is.
well, let me sum it up for you, non-American millennial scum. It was the two ice skaters.
Whoa.
Two American ice skaters. We're talking 1994, and
Oh, this is
We're
the
about
class
to-
girls, isn't it? The one from upper class and lower class.
yeah, exactly. But it was a blonde and a brunette, and it was the drama of who's going to be on the Olympic team. You know, who we're going to send to the Olympics, and Lillehammer. And the day before the competition, the star ice skater got her leg beaten on. A guy, just some thug, came by with a baton and smashed her knee.
Jesus.
And there's footage of it, and it was crazy.
Wow.
Right, so her knee was all damaged, but it turns out it was arranged by the boyfriend, the ex-husband of the second best skater in America. So this girl who was low class, trailer trash, blonde girl named
She knew she was going to lose.
But she was a good skater, but she was just so not what they were looking for in terms of what an ice skater is supposed to be, what they're supposed to embody. They're supposed to be graceful and elegant and classy, and she was like this hick, but she was good.
Yeah,
like she could hit the triple axel, which nobody else even tried to do.
Class warfare.
And so it's her story, but you get to learn about her, and her mom was this terrible monster who used to abuse her, and her husband would beat on her, and it's just a fucked up peek into their lives, and it's fascinating. Really well done, very funny, and great music throughout. So I was thoroughly impressed.
Yeah, I'll never forget that video.
That
Nancy
was all
Kerrigan
over the
just
news.
crying, no, after her knees got cracked on.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, this was, again, it's one of the last viral hits before the internet.
Yeah,
it went from
exactly.
It went from like Joey Buttafuoco to Nancy Kerrigan.
Joey Buttafuoco was an interesting one too.
To O.J. Simpson and Rodney King before that, and then the internet came, and then viral things just became everything. Now
that was a crazy time. Like
Friday.
weird shit was just happening back to
It's like
back,
a-
and it was like constantly on the news, like some weird shit going on.
Yeah, viral stuff. I miss viral stuff now. Like that song, that Latin song. What's that big song that has like 10 billion views?
Despacito, maybe.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
Right. So
I keep hearing people talk about it. I haven't even heard that song.
Keep it
Did
that
you
way
guys-
'cause it's annoying.
yeah, but are you guys aware of how popular that is? I mean,
Yeah, it's got to be pretty popular. I
hard.
keep hearing people talk.
it's hard to keep track
very
of
popular.
who knows what.
It has a good beat though.
Yeah, I think it's the beat, and also that the thing that makes it popular is because white people can dance on it. That's also got something to do with it.
She bang, she bang.
White people can dance to it.
Yeah, did I show William Hung?
Yeah, someone put that in the chat. That was a viral thing that happened too. William Hung or whatever. That was American Idol, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
William Hung, he stole my heart because he was a freshman or a sophomore at Berkeley at the time. They were in San Francisco, and he just walked over with his backpack, like in between class, basically, and sang just the most atrocious version of Ricky Martin of all people.
Straight up.
Oh baby, yeah, it was horrible. He had a career after that. It was fantastic.
Yeah, he released an album.
He released like 3 albums, I think.
Oh my god.
Yeah, incredibly bad. Oh, I mean, it's very rare to go to a movie and enjoy the movie and just have a good experience at the theater.
Yeah.
It's so long for me. I've done that. Because
I miss going to the movies. I used to love going to the movies, but you don't get so many good movies to go see anymore. It's hard to find.
Do we not go and see all of those Marvel movies? Elf?
Yeah, that's basically all I go to the movies for. Is to see those.
Me too. That's it. Yeah. And basically every other movie, I'm like, well,
nerds.
Which Black Panther's next? I'm waiting 2 more weeks.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for Black Panther. I think the blacks are gonna think that it's less about comic books and more about Black Power.
Yeah.
There's
already crazy articles out.
Yeah.
There was an article out that the headline was, "This is what Black Panther shows what Africa would be like if white people didn't ruin it."
Yeah. I called it.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
I was like, what?
And then the other one was Black Panther is the most diverse Marvel movie out so far because it has 90% black people in it.
Well,
how is that?
Like, I don't think you know what diverse
means. Not diverse
means.
at all.
Yeah, that's not what diverse
they just blew their cover. That's great. I just realized why Alf saying hilarious is funny. It's because he adds the word Larry in the middle. It's hilarious.
Yeah, hilarious. Yeah, it's hilarious.
It's wonderful. Any other things I should be watching that you guys are aware of to get me put on my radar?
The Crown.
There's a new TV show out. Oh well, yeah, you definitely should be. But if you've already watched it, there's a TV show called Britannia coming out, or it is out. I recommend that.
Are you familiar with Gary Oldman's performance as Winston Churchill that he's winning awards for?
Yeah, I can't wait to see that.
I mean, I think all I know is that Rowan, the Eternal Life fan, doesn't like Winston Churchill for some reason. I don't know how he got in his
He didn't huff silver, probably.
Yeah, he's anti-silver.
Because he's a deathist.
Maybe because, we shall fight on the beaches and in the hills, and fighting leads to death, and so I don't know.
That's probably it, yeah.
I laughed every time Rowan posts something. He always has like a picture of some celebrity, and he's like, "I wonder if this person is a deathist. What did he think?"
I like that label, deathist.
Deathist.
Yeah, deathist.
So by that logic, does he call himself a
He just put out.
Like,
I think that's default.
Yeah,
you don't need a title for it.
Yeah.
Eternal Life fan. He's a fan of life.
Yeah.
No one else. You guys hear? I got a tuba player as a neighbor. You guys hear that? He's like,
the tuba of all instruments. Couldn't even get
fat person walking.
That day in Discord when Devin kept just like leaving and then he was listening, but he would just come in and play the sound and then leave again. Like, are you guys even funny without me? And then he leaves. He's like, oh my god, there's still nothing going on here. There's like silence, and you just hear bam, 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 and then everybody starts laughing, and then he leaves again. Fuck you, Devin. What are you doing?
You know what's funny? Right now I'm editing a Franny video, and Franny is one of many people who are not funny online.
Yeah.
But they don't really ever get to digest how unfunny they are because they never hear that awkward silence. So they'll say a joke and then just quickly hammer through. Like, remember that Jew I just did a video about?
Yeah.
Oh, cringy.
The Jew hating Jew.
I love in the video. You're like, that was a joke. I think you should know that.
Yeah.
Gotta point that out.
But there's a reason that there's no pause for laughter, because there is no laughter.
Yeah.
I think because of that, they can't grow. They don't even realize how unfunny they are. Because they're going to be surrounded by ass kissers.
Yeah, no one ever tells them like, yeah, you gotta step up your comedy game because you suck.
Yeah, and they'll look at like a stat on Facebook and say, "Hey, my video got 2 million views." Like Hassan Piker thinks he's funny, and they'll be like, "Why?" He'll be like, "Well, I got 2 million views on my last thing," and it's like, "Yeah, 2 million people not laughing at you being unfunny."
Yeah,
but they don't get that. They assume the best.
They probably
think
just
they're getting subs that it's because they're funny in it. It might be for something else.
Dude, you know who else is painfully unfunny? Ruben. Ruben is not funny.
Yeah, he's bad.
Like he's fucking awkward.
Yeah.
Like
that was the other thing you tweeted.
I don't even know how anyone can watch.
And you were like, was that even a joke? Like,
oh my god, it's horrible. Did you guys see the debate or the conversation?
I watched a bit of it yesterday. Could Shapiro and Peterson like suck each other's dicks like right there? Why don't you guys just suck each other's dicks right there?
Yeah.
Like
we should wrap it that shit because I don't know, it's way too long. But like the thing is,
marathon.
I was getting a Thai massage and I was listening to it while I was getting it. And right off the bat, you know it's gonna go fucking terribly wrong when Ruben, that fart smelling motherfucker. He starts the thing and he goes, "I think we're in a revolution of ideas.
Yeah,
and we're the thought leaders. What revolutionary ideas are these idiots coming up with? A guy who's Ben Shapiro is the most bog standard conservative hack I've ever come across. He's just basic. It's like you read a How to Be a Conservative book, and he's just that. It's like he's always pro-life and he's religious. Revolution of ideas. The guy's an Orthodox Jew." The oldest set of ideas in the book, literally the book, the Bible, the Old Testament, and this is the revolution. Where?
And then him and Peterson are like totally ignorant. Yeah, this part we agree about. There's a metaphysical aspect, and I'm like,
yeah. And Peterson's like, I think there's great power in the metaphor, but also let's not ignore the literal. And he's coming up with these words and these sentences that literally mean nothing. And but hidden underneath it, it's this idea that he wants there to be magic, and then he hides behind this idea that consciousness. Now, consciousness, we don't understand. He goes, consciousness, it's very mysterious, and therefore metaphysical. It's like, what? Magic.
That's a big one.
Like everybody has a transcendent purpose.
Well, how mysterious is consciousness? Just because we don't understand the nature of how it comes about and how it actually operates. When you kill the brain, it goes away. So it's not that mysterious. Let's keep it real here.
These are the mind brains separated. Like the mind is separate from the brain. No, the brain is minding. Okay, that's what the fucking brain does. Like,
and he says stuff like the atheist. I think Sam Harris has it all wrong. Why?
Well,
because the materialist, the evolutionists, they keep calling people evolutionists or materialists.
I'm a gravityist.
Because you agree, but because you agree that yes, things are made up of material, and yes, evolution is real. Okay, so now you're a materialist evolutionist. Okay,
but he fucking calls himself a scientist. So what the fuck is he doing?
Yeah, that's what I.
But he goes, the atheist can't answer the question of the dignity of the human soul. It's like, well, it's a malformed question, Mr. Peterson. I mean, there is no fucking soul. The soul. So stupid. And then he's like railing against postmodernism. Meanwhile, he's saying
he is a postmodernist. He's a fucking postmodernist.
Right. But then they had their little moment where they got to rail against communism and neo-Marxism. And, oh, you guys are the revolutionary. I mean, oh God, Dave Rubin of all people. I mean, I used to make fun that Jacqueline Glenn was the human centipede of YouTube. I mean, Rubin. What was the last original thought that motherfucker had?
Yeah.
And he goes, now I know what a lot of our critics are going to say. It's a meeting of the alt-right. Can you imagine? This guy went from the Young Turks to being at the hub of the alt-right in a year.
Yeah.
How do you do it?
He's hard to watch. I can't Rubin anymore.
And he didn't even get much words in because Shapiro and Peterson love hearing the sound of their own voice so much.
Jerking each other off.
He couldn't even get off a guys.
Listen.
Yeah, awful. Don't even bother with it, but you should, but don't.
Morsky had Jared
I'm
Taylor
confused.
No.
Jared
on.
Taylor.
Morsky did?
No.
Well, it
Is
was
he
a
stuttering
race
before?
realism conversation, but Jared Taylor started whining about Sam Harris at one point. He's like, I don't understand why he would talk to Charles Murray, who has been talked about and put down and blah blah blah, and he has a problem talking to me, and it's like,
Well, you know why? Because Jared Taylor doesn't have the scientific credit.
okay.
So he feels
But he
that
says
kinship.
white
That's why he
really cool. White.
no.
White.
I mean, the Jared Taylor to me is like take the Jared Taylor taste test challenge, because people want him to be. You know what they want him to be? Have you ever seen American History X?
Yeah.
They want him to be not the skinhead. They want him to be the guy who grew his hair back, wore a suit, and who was like the guy who was inspiring. He was like the I don't know, the coach. He was Coach Red Pill of the skinheads, basically. And like because he's more mainstream, he's trying to play the part. People fear that. That's why people fear Richard Spencer, because he's not out there with stupid ass crucifixes and with the tattoos. He's a guy he dresses like he's a substitute teacher, a gay substitute teacher. And so people are worried that because he looks the part of a normal person and sounds it quite often, that his ideas will be normalized. See, they enjoy it when it's easy, when it's visually easy to disparage someone and say, "Oh, aren't they crazy?" That's how I view it.
He wasn't totally unreasonable yesterday, but
What did he say?
he was just saying that. I mean, he was basically saying how things work out, where people cluster around people who are similar to them. We just want to be able to do that without people having a problem with it.
And that's something that already happens. So he's basically describing reality,
right?
But it's not. It's too true. It's too honest. People want to talk about reality as if it's inspirational. So they'll say, "Here's what's ideal. We all mix together." I'm doing this Franny video where she says, "You know, in 2050, we're all going to be just various shades of beige, and isn't that great that we're all just intertwining and mixing and having a big racial orgy?" And it's like that's not going to happen. That isn't what's happening, and it's not even what you want to have happen. Why is that a good thing?
Yeah, why is that great?
Because in their mind, it is.
Well, and at one point in the video, she goes, "Having mixed race babies is a great thing," and it's a very weird thing to say. It's a great thing to have mixed race babies, because those are the same people that will not say having babies of the same race, like having two parents of the same race have a baby. That's a great thing.
Yeah,
nobody's saying that. Who says that?
It's just a thing. It's not great or bad.
Right. So
exactly.
Amy's parents would say it. If Amy's parents said, "Amy found an Indian guy and they're having babies and they're going to be Indian babies, and that's a great thing," but they wouldn't say it in public because it comes across as, "Well, what are you, racist?"
Yeah. Like, who cares?
Meanwhile, even though people don't say it in public, they think it in private, and they do it in private.
Yeah.
So that's the fun, is that people are scared of the truth, and it's always been a delight just to see people try to justify why they're somehow uncomfortable with real things.
It's so weird.
It's
like really uncomfortable.
And it's really funny to see when you see it happening. Like you can kind of see it in their face that their brain is like twisting, like trying to find a way to like the cognitive dissonance is in their brain.
But this is why I'm fascinated by a guy who's a closeted gay. And it's not because he's gay. I don't care if you're gay. What I care about, what's interesting, is that you are saying you're not gay.
Yeah.
Like that's very strange.
When I was in high school, I had a friend that I met like freshman year that my group of friends met, and he was gay, and he was obviously gay. And for the entire span of high school, we kept telling him, "We know you're gay. Just be gay. None of us care. We'll still be your friends. There's nothing." No. And then his excuse would be like, "No, I was just raised by women. I have all sisters. I just act feminine, but I'm not gay." He'd be like, "Yeah, right. You're gay. We know you're gay." Constantly tell him, "Just be gay. Nobody cares. Just be gay." And he would always hide it. It wasn't until like 2 or 3 years after high school that he finally came out and went, "Yeah, I have a boyfriend. I'm gay."
And I tell this to Jay all the time, and he's like trying to put us off the scent because he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm with girls. I think girls is a code name for guys." He's like, gay.
Or he goes out and bangs all these girls to cover up the fact that he's gay. Like he's
just gonna bed.
And I'm having a lamb dinner with this guy at a pub in London, and he's playing footsies with me, and I'm like, Jay, I really your foot.
Hey, I don't remember you saying no. I don't remember you saying no. If I remember, you were doing it back.
And then Jay, we went out to buy condoms after. And he looks to me, and he goes, "Do you prefer ribbed?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? Do I
prefer?" Oh shit! That was a good night, mind.
It was.
Okay, so there's one thing that I'm curious about here. So I understand the fear of like white people going extinct is weird, but in the current climate, is it not? Like, why is it a bad thing to have people advocating for whiteness, I guess? Like, it shouldn't be necessary, I get it, but, like, there's so much fuck white peopleness out there that, like, shouldn't there be people out there who are, like, okay, who tell other people, like, be proud of being white, it's okay, you don't have to hate yourself for being white? Like, I don't see a problem with that.
No, like eventually there probably won't be any more race. Everybody's going to mix eventually, but I don't see a need to push for it or try to stop it.
No, but it's not a push. It's just a push back. It's just a push back against like fuck whites.
People right now
is the prevalent narrative.
People not being white. There's like a push against being white. I don't think so. You think eventually that'll happen?
In the number of mixed people, but there's going to be an uptick in the number of white people.
I agree.
Where of the population?
I don't think it's going to end up all mixed. People do tend their own race. I mean, that's just the way it is.
Yeah, but now we've never been so connected with the world now. You know, like we can pretty much.
I agree. There's going to be mixing, but there always was.
Okay. Hold on, time out. That's a guy from New York or New Jersey said that.
Right.
Yeah, and that's Go to where Chris lives. Yeah, come to Germany.
Yeah.
You know, Tice lives in, some sort of hobbit village. They're all the same.
Alf, did you see how excited I got the other night when I went to the takeaway and there was a black man in there? I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's true. No, I was like, wow, you get so excited about seeing black people.
I was trying to take a picture of him to show Discord. I was like, look, a black man in the takeaway near me. Honestly, you don't see them.
Sorry, Chris.
In the car.
Take some of them from Bristol, mate, because we've got plenty. So take some of ours.
Yeah,
distribute them out around the UK.
Real low.
Timestamp that racism, please.
Racist.
Incredible. So, what have you guys been watching? What have I missed? I think Joe Live Life was live. Anybody watch that?
No.
God, no. I did, Devon. But it was while I was watching you live stream, and he died, I think 4 or 5 times before I'd gone to bed. Basically, he hadn't got a single chicken dinner.
Love it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
How do adults still confuse your and there and there? Is it really that hard?
Yeah, I don't get that either.
I know.
I don't understand.
Amy don't. It just annoys me so much, and it shouldn't, but it does.
Jay, what's your take on this?
I fuck it up.
Jay can answer the question. How do adults mess that up?
Yeah, so how does that work?
I fuck it up because of autocorrect, because sometimes it'll autocorrect me to the wrong one, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah,
I meant to call Chris
my problem.
I meant to call Chris a cunt yesterday and called him Cynthia instead. So,
but
autocorrect is cool sometimes. So that's funny.
Now she just
I am the guy who wrote
autocorrect sucks. Fucking hate autocorrect.
But I am the guy who wrote half when I meant have.
I think autocorrect.
The word off is the word color. When I want to type the word color, and then the fucking American version keeps coming in, it pisses me off.
Set your phone to UK English, because mine doesn't do that.
Okay, maybe it's just Windows.
Yeah, it must be set to US English if it's doing that.
Yeah, I think autocorrect overestimates how much I want to use the word ducking.
Yeah. Straight out.
Yeah, exactly.
It took me ages to convince man not to do that.
I think I'm going to say ducking maybe twice every 5 years. Like, I just don't say
yeah, not a common word to use.
We were ducking.
Yeah, we were ducking.
Never.
Ducking?
That's the first thing I want to tell my iPhone. Just like, I'll never say ducking. It's always fucking.
There's like a shortcuts function in the iPhone where if you put like an abbreviation, it'll spell out the word for you. So I actually put fucking in there so that when I put it, it doesn't correct it to ducking.
Mm-hmm.
I found a workaround because it was so annoying.
And it's you have to jump through to get
to what you use. So if it won't like correct you again and again and again, if you
mine doesn't correct fucking anymore, but it did for a while.
I just don't use autocorrect. I type it right the first time. Jeez.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, even if you type it right, sometimes it still tries to correct you.
Yeah, Tice, you have massive shipbuilders. That's why.
Yeah, I tried with my shipbuilders.
What was I trying to say? I was
shoulders. You were trying to say shoulders. Yeah.
I was trying to say shoulders, but shipbuilders ended up working in a weird way. Shipbuilders.
So how does it correct shoulders with shipbuilders? Like
I must have put SHI something something. I don't know because I type really fast, right? I'm a very quick texter, so sometimes I fumble and shit. So.
Yeah, that was one of the best autocorrects we had.
Yeah. I always get Niger, and I'm like, I'm not trying to spell Niger.
Yeah, I'm trying to spell nigger.
Whoa!
M-bomb.
Jay just making assumptions there, look.
We're not allowed to say nigger now?
Making a fucking assumption. But yeah, exactly. Damn right.
Trying to type rigor, you racist.
Nigger. Yeah, man does Niger for nigger.
Yeah, it does.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Do I just say the word nigger a lot? Because it doesn't.
It's already correct.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't say the word nigger very much. So.
Well, she's in Vancouver, so, you know, she's not, there's no immediate threat.
Yeah.
She doesn't feel worried about it.
Oh my God, look, I put in nigger and it gives me the option for niggerettes.
That's great. Oh, God.
That's fucking brilliant.
My phone knows me well.
Niggerettes.
Clearly it does.
Yeah.
We should never fix.
I got an app
autocorrect
roller yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm pretty stoked about that. Those things are fucking hard, man. They really hurt.
Oh,
Really
what?
hurt that.
What yesterday?
The ab roller, you know, like it's like a wheel with a handle.
yeah.
Oh, the one I used in the video. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that shit's hard.
It's
My
a good
abs are
exercise.
underdeveloped. There's all this
Yeah.
fucking fat on top.
Aww.
It'll work out. Yeah,
Well,
you'll work it out, and then it won't be so hard anymore.
Yeah. Then it'll be real hard, rock hard.
Yeah.
Oh. And then I'll be hard.
Your boner, Elf.
So you had a talk with the talking donkey, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking a face reveal.
We finally got his face on camera.
That's awesome. How'd it go? What did we learn about this man?
We learned that he's old.
Not very much goes on in New England.
It sounds like Spencer is back in the chat. What's going on here? You mean older?
He's old.
He has a
and
kind face.
haircut
Look
in
at
a
his
while.
smile.
Yes.
He has
Yeah,
a
he
nice,
does have-
kind face with a
looks
very
like a
nice
nice guy.
smile.
Yeah,
And
so
like,
did
who?
Ted Bundy. What's his name? The BKT killer, what's his name? The BLT killer.
Yeah, by the time they caught him, he was pretty overweight, so he might have really been a BLT killer as well.
Oh my God. Fuck, I want a BLT. But in a bagel, because they're way better that way.
BLT on a bagel? Yeah, that's
BLT bagels? Yeah. Tim Hortons does these like awesome bagel sandwiches. I'm sure you guys have them. You're in fucking New York.
Yeah, I still haven't been to
York.
it yet, though. I'm gonna go next time I go into the city. I'm gonna try it out. I haven't gone in a while. Paul needs to come down so we can go out for food.
I'm overdue for a trip to the city.
He's close. He's New England?
Maine?
Yeah, he's in New England.
Maine. Kenny Bunkport?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it.
Just down from the bushes.
Cool.
I'm just waiting for him to do his president's desk now.
Yeah, he does have kind of a presidential desk. It's a nice one.
Just need some flags.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the most important one.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yes, Tice. Yes, Tice.
You got no American flags around, but you got a Union Jack strap for your guitar? What's going on?
Some Dutch flags too.
I've got some American flags around.
It does have some around there.
We'll dig something up for the next
Traitor.
We're going to go red, white, and blue screen for streaming with War Kettle.
Oh, yeah.
Love it.
You're gonna have to find me a Dutch flag too, in the background sometime.
I don't have any flags. I don't really care, I guess.
I got a flag right here. Don't know if you can see it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. The one that Sean wouldn't particularly like.
No, yeah.
No, not at all.
You guys with your sports tribalism and flag tribalism.
Yeah, there's good flags and then there's worse flags.
And there's worse flags.
Yeah, pretty much. And the British one and the Dutch ones are one of the best ones.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, they're definitely right up there. Top 5 at least.
Yeah, numbers 1 and 2. Yeah.
You guys are flag shaming
by the Canadian.
Flag. But make a flag of my face. That behind me. That'd be the best flag ever.
The flag of Facebook.
Yeah, the Facebook flag. Yeah.
Face flag.
Flag.
Yeah, that'd be great. Oh my god, a picture of my face from that, like with the cocktail in the face on the side, you know, just put face flag written over it.
That fucking video Paul did of Sean was fucking brilliant.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah,
oh man, I had to watch that over and over again. I laughed so hard. The face so well on that guy too. Like face flag.
Yeah,
great.
I love that video, Paul. That was great.
I love how all 3 of the clips went together so perfectly. Me going, oh, I think someone needs to go to the job center, and Amy like going, hi, and then Alfie with the face fuck. It was just all perfect.
It couldn't have happened to a better.
I like the room flying away on the carpet and the face of Sean while he's like flying. That like expression.
Yeah,
on
the
his
face he makes is
really funny.
Great.
Very enjoyable.
But yeah, that's why I was saying that you're really good at that.
No, it's probably out robbing grannies or something.
I haven't seen Sean in a couple of days.
Robbing grannies.
Is that what they do in Liverpool?
Maybe he finally
Rob
jumped.
grannies, steal car wheels.
Yeah, and you left me a very long and nice comment on that video too, and I went to pin it and deleted it by mistake.
Couldn't have happened to a better scouser.
By mistake. You can just admit that you didn't like the comment, Paul. You can just say it outright.
Offline, Tice, offline.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I see you typed in the DM. Yeah, I see it.
It depends on what you mean, what your definition of mistake is.
What does mean?
Walks my body in the binary.
Oh my god. Boxing body in the binary. That's Devin's song.
Your body is a binary.
Binary. I love how he's like, I can't deal with binaries. And then with Ruben, he's like, every decision you make is a choice between heaven and hell. I'm like, nigga, shut up.
It was insane. And then they're like, the stupidest conversation ever. You have an Orthodox Jew and a half-assed, crazy-ass Christian. And they're like, do you guys disagree on anything? Well, there's a couple things that come to mind between a Christian and a Jew. It's fucking hell.
Oh, I love how Shapiro's like, I really think revelation is necessary. Or whatever the fuck he said. Everybody
they're
needs
like, I think
revelation.
wisdom and morality comes from revelation. No, what?
Yeah.
We have to like circle back on that shit. A revelation from who?
Yeah.
What revelation?
Shit
The
that comes
hell?
through
This is
in
like some
dreams.
Mormon shit. Yeah, just incredible. Based on nothing, and there's like zero skepticism from the cock-sucking audience. They're just like, this sounds good. This sounds magic talk. I love it. It's like a guy will tell you 3 things that you agree with, and they're like easy slam dunk shit. So like, hey, there's not a million genders, and hey, there is no wage gap, and also, you know, a knife and a fork is easier to eat than chopsticks, and also there's heaven and hell. Wait, what, Jordan? What are you trying to like ferret into this conversation? It's such bullshit.
Big shit sandwich.
You gotta bear your cross like Jesus.
Yeah.
He bore his cross.
It's the ideal. There's great wisdom in the stories. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And he even talked about Harry Potter. He goes, J.K. Rowling, there was great power. There's power in the... It's like, what the... He bought into Harry Potter. It's fucking crazy.
Says it all, basically.
But seeing as you failed... this is fucking Mike. That's right. Seeing as you failed to resolve your differences with Esau, I don't have any differences with Esau.
Can I bend? 3, 2, 1.
Bye.
What's the name of those black creatures in Harry Potter? The
Dementors.
The Dementors. He's like, you know, you don't create a character like the Dementor, and it inspired a bunch of fear. There's a reason for that. There's wisdom in the Dementor as a character type. It's a prototype of evil, of raw evil. And I think every decision you make, it leads you to heaven or hell. Well, is it really? What the fuck? First of all, there is no heaven or hell. Second of all, hey, I just decided which porn I should fab to. Asian porn or big tit porn?
Also, you're boxing me to
a binary of heaven and hell.
Fuck off! Like, you could take anything and be like, this symbolizes an important aspect of the archetypal nature of the story of our lives. Like, fuck off,
guys,
Peterson.
Shut up.
I mean, you're talking about a revolution of ideas. Here's the revolutionary idea. There's heaven and hell, and we decide on which one we get sent to. And then you have this little Oompa Loompa Jew step in and talk about, well, the old Bible says this, and here's what my daddy taught me, and can I break out into song like I did at my bar mitzvah? It was fun.
Play some violin, play some Schindler's List.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's just like they feel empowered to the point of, I have a fan base, therefore all of my ideas are probably right.
Yeah.
And here are some ideas, heaven and hell and the Jewish God, and what was that atheist movement? Wasn't there a new atheist movement? I don't know what that was about. Hitchens is dead, man. Let's reclaim that territory.
Yeah.
In fact, Jordan Peterson is the new Hitchens, apparently. The new Hitchens is going to be a religious guy. Spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it Liquid Demons was like, I think you confused which Hitchens you meant. I think you meant Peter.
Yeah, that's like,
not Christopher.
Right. Like saying the new Martin Luther King is Macklemore. It's like, does not work. Nauseating. And they're so congratulatory. I mean, they're so happy. Ruben's like, we have this inner circle. It's this group of us, and we've been forced into this. We didn't even want to do this. All this success.
Sounds like Sargon.
It's been forced upon us. We are the chosen ones. It's like,
when everybody's telling you to do it, don't you think it's your duty to do it? Shut the fuck up, Sargon.
Yeah, it
is my destiny to lead the liberals in the West.
The liberalists.
Right.
Fuck off.
And they're all right wing. And I was waiting as they were going off LARPing about their like God and heaven and hell and Jesus and this and I was waiting for Ruben, like, Ruben, you're an atheist, you fucking scumlord. Could you please speak up and say anything? Any of the points atheists have been making for the past 10 years, could you maybe just mention one? Instead, he was sitting there going, totally, I see that. And he's like, you know what I love? You know what I value? It's sitting on this couch every week and listening and learning. It's like, nice independent thought, you fucking doofus.
Yeah, he values sitting on that couch and listening and not having to talk and still earning all of that Patreon cash. That's what he values.
And the guy is like, does he even call himself an atheist anymore? It might be to the point where he's just like,
I'm agnostic.
There are things we don't understand. Yeah, Peterson made a great point. We don't understand consciousness. So really, anything, it's all fair game.
So fuck everything we do understand about consciousness. It's not like we don't have a shit ton of information. Just because we don't have it all doesn't mean we don't have enough to make deductions from that information. That there's no metaphysical fucking magic soup that exists where all brains connect. Like, fuck out.
True. It's the same sort of just appeal to ignorance, and it's so stupid. Just because you don't know everything,
but they think they sound smarter. That's what they think. Like they think they are higher and better because we admit that we don't know everything. We admit that there are possibilities that may be beyond our realm of understanding. Motherfucker, scientists do that every fucking day. You're not special. Like,
one of the stupidest things I heard, and I might want to just do a video on this one sentence because it was so fucking retarded. They go, evolution has proven one thing, or no, truth. They were talking about truth, and they go, what is true is what is pragmatic. I'm like, what the hell? Wow. It's crazy. They go, whatever works evolutionarily is true. It's the stupid, like, I can't even understand what they think they said. They don't understand.
I don't even know what the fuck that means.
I know.
Me neither.
They're trying to make this warped statement, like, because religion has been around, it has a truth to it. There's a power. There's a
it's a metaphysical truth. That's what Peterson says.
It's an analogy.
That's what he fucking argued with Sam Harris with on that first excruciatingly cringy podcast. There are objective truths and there are metaphysical truths, and it's like
it's ridiculous. There is no metaphysical. The whole thing is they want to blur, like, they don't want to play by the rules of, I want reality. Like, we just want what is real. And they're like, well, how about what is useful? Because religion is useful. It was useful for me. I enjoy this charade. So why can't that be the standard? Why can't we just have a conversation of what is useful? And it's like, no, that's a weak conversation for starters. And it's not even useful. It's bad. It's counterproductive. It's not good.
But what morals has atheism provided?
Thou shalt not rape is a real. That was a real tricky one.
Yeah. Thanks, Jesus.
Thanks, religion.
Thanks, Jesus.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama.
Right, and like the Ten Commandments doesn't mention thou shalt not torture, thou shalt not date rape, thou shalt not sleep with underage kids.
Thou shalt not.
Girls. Yeah, thou shalt not perform slavery upon your fellow man.
Yeah.
I guess Jesus and God, they sort of realized that was all self-explanatory. You didn't need to be told that. It's obvious. Right. And remember, from Bunty King, thou shalt not be a transphobe. They didn't feel the need to mention that because apparently Jesus wasn't a transphobe.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that was a weird one. What?
Plot twist. Jesus was trans.
But you know what I feel like? I feel like this return to having to bash the stupid religious people over the head with, like, reality is testing atheists. It's testing the atheists as to who was actually paying attention to the arguments. It's a pop quiz. So it's one thing. You can't just regurgitate what Sam Harris or Hitchens said. You got to know why. You got to show your work. Because here's a new argument. It's a pathetic argument from these Christian apologists. But now we're going to see who the true blood atheists are, who can actually speak with their own words and explain why they're wrong. Or we'll see which of the so-called atheists will just they'll just bleed into being one of them and just saying, you know what, I am an atheist, but I don't know. We don't know everything. And that's Ruben. Ruben's pathetic performance speaking on behalf, representing atheists on that panel was fucking disgraceful.
Yeah,
that's the fad going on now. I'm an atheist, but I'm culturally Christian. Like, what does that even mean? Like,
dude, moderates are actually worse than the religious people because they provide a shield for the fucking idiots to follow the tenets of their faith. like to the T. Like it's ridiculous.
Ruben, they were talking about heaven and hell, and Ruben was sitting there fawning over it, going, "Yeah, yep, right." Like, Ruben, there is no heaven or hell, and even to use it as a simplistic metaphor, which he's not, by the way, he believes in heaven and hell.
Yeah, he does.
It's stupid as a metaphor.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, Jordan, you're freaking amazing. Jordan's advice to the world, Jordan's grand idea is make good decisions and make the world a better place. Like, what kind of fucking public service announcement is this?
Clean your room, guys.
Yeah, maybe, Jordan, it's in the details. And so thanks for your little political postcard hallmark fucking nothing statement. But maybe let's get more interesting and talk about the details of what you mean by a better decision. Yeah. What are you saying? Say something.
What's your definition? Yeah.
What do you mean by?
Depends on what you mean by. Well, in this case, it goes.
It actually does. Like, don't say something that pointless without and expect to be applauded for it.
But it plays to people's egos too, because like generally people do want to believe there's something greater than themselves for themselves. You know what I mean?
That's what Bunty King.
Yeah, it's such an appeal to emotions, and people get caught up in that shit. So it's just like he knows, man. He's a fucking psychologist. He's fucking with people.
Exactly, and that's what makes him a charlatan.
Yeah.
Listen to Rowan, the Eternal Life fan. He's very sympathetic and apologetic for religion because his mother is one. He used to be one, but also they talk about eternal life, and he doesn't want to eliminate the chance that they're right because he's appealing to his own emotion. He's like, I kind of
always talks about behaving in case the hypothetical God is a thing. He uses that term hypothetical gods in abundance.
Right. So he doesn't even believe his own convictions because part of him is like, let's actually beat aging through science because I know it's bullshit. It's the same way that, people crying at funerals because it's not, you know that your friend or loved one's not in heaven. They're not, and they're never going to be. They know that instinctually. But, Rowan, if he actually was an atheist and believed it, he wouldn't be kissing ass of religion. But he doesn't even know what the hell he believes. It's sad. That is a scary thing. Know what you believe and why. Is that too much to ask for? And if you're going to be wrong, at least be wrong with conviction. At least have integrity in your wrongness. Don't be some fucking fence-sitting half-ass bitch. It's worse. Don't be Ruben.
Fucking decision.
But it's like, but these people over here, we gotta feel bad for them. It's like, it's that same attitude with like, oh, but poor blacks. Oh, poor blacks.
Stand by your wrong. Stand by your wrong.
Bear the cross.
And there was one point where
ideal.
Ruben said, I was at this event with Ben Shapiro, and after the event, there was a line of people to ask questions, and Ben's line was way longer than mine. I was like, Jesus, I got to step my game up. So how does he step his game up? He steps his game up by acting more like Ben Shapiro. I want an audience. How can I get an audience? Well, Ben has an audience. What should I do? Maybe be more apologetic to religious people? Maybe be more conservative? That's what he's done. Right. And he's gotten a larger audience because of it.
It sells better.
Yeah, and he's going to continue.
It's like, but that's what a TV like game show host fails, who aspires to be just a guy on TV. That's what you do. You go to the audience. He doesn't have convictions. He's just like, I'll do whatever's popular. Love me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God! Apparently he's doing a stand-up coming up soon, so that's going to be fucking miserable.
Oh, what a surprise! Another fucking comedian.
I hope somebody films it because I will analyze that for show. Analyzing Dave Rubin's stand-up.
I'm sure somebody might.
Ew, it's going to be really bad, though.
Yeah.
I don't
really and
he's not funny.
He's going to be mixing in his attempts at humor about like the SJWs and the left. Here's what the left is all about.
Oh yeah, definitely. The left, the feminists, all that stuff. I bet you won't make a single joke about Islam.
It's terrible. And you know, it's different. You can have political humor, and like a guy like Bill Maher does it, but Bill Maher does it and because he believes it.
Right.
Bill Maher does this shit. He goes to redneck places and does this. He does it, and like if his liberal audience is being too liberal or being pussies, he'll confront them. He'll be like, "Oh, shut the fuck up!" Like he'll say something and they'll boo him, and they'll be like, "You fucking liberal scum!" Like he'll say that.
Yeah.
Ruben's never doing that. Ruben's not calling out his own audience. He's complete guppy. He's just.
It's all apologetics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think his opinions are going to continue to change based on what narrative is popular that day, what narrative is selling.
Mm-hmm.
He's sucking up to his audience.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him do a turnaround on many of his beliefs in months if that's what's popular and what's selling.
And he says he acts like he's on the forefront of these great ideas and he's a revolutionary. He's the fucking cleaning crew janitor that comes up after the revolution has happened. And he's like, "Oh wait, what happened? Who got voted in? Whose side am I supposed to be on now?" Moron.
Yeah.
He just jumps out to celebrate the victory, like, "Yeah, we did it!" Like, wait, where were you this whole time?
But it reminds me of The Bachelor because you can sound good for a second. You can pretend. You can say what appears to be right. The longer you spend with someone, and that's whether or not it's if you went on one date and it seemed, oh, that's pretty good. Second date, third date, oh, wait a minute, this is who you actually are. Oh, this is what you actually believe. Oh, okay. You learn more, and it just becomes, oh, right. You're nothing. I forgot.
You're nothing. I'm not interested. You're shallow. You're boring.
It gets revealed.
Been there recently.
Were you?
Yeah, I went on a couple of dates with a girl, and within like the second date, I was just like, "Oh my god, this girl has no substance whatsoever, and is just so boring, uneducated."
Well, were you comparing her?
And don't get me wrong, I'm uneducated, but she was just blind to a lot of things and not interested.
In other words, you mentioned your love of EDL, and she kind of pulled a face.
No, even that. She was looking at my book collection, and she just asked questions. She just asked me about them, and one of them being, she was like, "What's feminism?" And I was like, "Okay, what do you do with that?"
What about feminism?
No, she asked what it is. She was like, "What's feminism?"
Oh, she didn't.
What is it? Yeah, she did.
What? What is it?
Yeah.
How old?
Yeah, what is it? She's never heard of it. No, she was 27.
Jay's like, wow.
Yeah.
How do you go through your life?
I want to hear Jay describe feminism.
Yeah.
Definition of that.
Being women.
Wrong.
Equality, men and women, sorry.
No, but I mean, that's just wrong. I mean, feminists believe that for some reason women should be regarded as more equal than men in a way.
Equalist of all.
The most equal. Yes.
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Oh, I've met plenty of feminists like that. Don't get me wrong.
Yep.
Disturbing. I'm sorry you had to deal with that.
Oh no, that wasn't even the worst bit. That's nothing.
Did you have fun though, Jay?
It got worse. A little bit, I can't complain. But no, the worst bit was it was the second date and we were talking about like the future and stuff, and we were talking about kids. And then she was like, "Oh, I'll have your babies."
Oh,
whoa.
Yes.
Oh no.
And you took that as a bad thing?
No.
On the second date, yes.
Well, she was offering up access to your vagina. I don't think she was being literal.
I'm pretty sure she was being literal.
I don't know, Devon. Bitches be crazy.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Oh man.
Of course I did, Grant.
I was gonna do a screen share real quick to show you something here. Screen share.
But I use protection.
Oh my god. Never stops.
No.
Relentless.
Look at this picture. Can you guys see it?
No, what the fuck?
What's happening there?
Oh my god.
That's.
Oh my god! Is that the new AI technology that people are using? Oh, it might be photoshopped. It's not a video because that stuff Chris Holowicki was telling us about. I looked into
AI
it.
assisted porn. I saw one on
Well, you can use it for anything.
How people are using it for
porn, you can use it for anything.
It's gonna be a weird thing. We're heading towards a weird place.
Yeah, but forget the porn. I've got some better ideas. Just need a ton of photo. Because you need to upload like 300 photos for the video. Well, the person's face that you want to edit, basically. But it does look really good, especially with the way it molds the face around the character. What you doing, Chris?
No, I'm just having a glass of milk, and I'm going to go to bed soon, I think.
Yeah.
Getting late.
Same. I got work in the morning.
I gotta eat dinner. I'm like munching on chips here just to hold out for a bit.
I'm gonna hoop with some LED lights. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I bet you should
gotta make Amy a video.
Record that. Yeah.
yeah, I think that's
yeah. Why am I even asking?
I was gonna say, this stage taste, do you even need to ask?
Camera whore, guys, come on. I'm like, oh my god, look at me.
Did you say I'm a whore?
No, I said camera whore.
Oh, I said I'm a whore too. That's why I was laughing.
That makes no sense.
I heard it right the first time. What's up with you people hearing things the wrong way? Amy and her cookies and gorgeous.
Canadianisms.
That was Sean though, so Amy gets a pass for that because Sean is just incohesive and inaudible at times. But cookies.
When is your hula hoop with the LED lights coming?
Oh, yeah, she's taken to hula hooping. This is a incredible new trend we're witnessing.
She was inspired by Remy LaCroix.
I think it's one we can all approve.
Devon, do you know that she's got what? She's buying one with LED lights on it.
I'm so excited.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I mean, let's get that going. I'd like to see it in action. I read some of the comments on
I'm sure we all will.
Yeah, some of those comments were pretty sexually aggressive, we'll say.
Sexually aggressive. I didn't see it. What did they say?
I haven't even seen any of them.
Someone was like, why does poop come out of the tushy?
I saw that.
That's pretty funny.
I was like, I know, right? Why?
Yeah.
I mean,
we should.
Who was it? I think it was Neil deGrasse Tyson that said it. Something about why is the pleasure center right next to the waste disposal center? Yeah. What's that all about?
Because perfect designer and creator of the universe.
I was gonna say, it's just the way it's been designed, Jay. Perfectly.
God works in mysterious ways.
Yes. God did. Talk to God.
Yep.
Put it in
how
the
that works.
I think God is just into fecal porn.
How easy is it though if you're a biology teacher at a Christian school and you get these questions like why are we designed this way? With every tough question, you can just refer to the Bible. Just read the Bible. God did it. There you go.
But we're made in His image, so God is made that way.
Yeah, so God is wrong too, not perfect.
Yeah, He was made wrong too. Whoever made God.
Oh my God, it is crazy. The point, which I think was the best point. I think Hitchens and they all make it, but it's an absurd concept. They don't even know what they're talking about when they say the word. It's so a non-thing that to discuss whether or not it's real is already, you've missed the point. They don't even know what the fuck they're saying. If I said to you, hey, I'm missing $5. Can you find it? Do you have it? We know what we're talking about at least. So that the discussion of where the $5 is makes sense. They don't even know. If I said to you, have you seen my papoing? And you're like, what? What are you talking? No, I'm saying, have you seen my patoing? Yeah, but I don't know what the patoing is.
You know what it is, right? And if you use that analogy on the Shapiro Peterson shit, they're going, yeah, I know what a patoing is. Yeah, and then
right. And even though their patoings are not even, yeah, it's a completely different thing. They don't know what. There is no common ground here. I mean, but to talk to a Christian and a Jew, and they go, do we have any disagreements? Okay, let's just play their stupid fucking religious game and say, Jesus Christ, was he the Son of God, Ben, or not? You know, like, let's start with Jesus, like the fucking New Testament. Any of that is all disagreed upon. But they didn't mention it. They were like, I don't know. I think we're just basically complete butt buddies. Let's just get married. It's fucking crazy. God.
Shapiro and Peterson, like they just looked like they were in love. Like, it was so weird, man. Like,
wouldn't Ruben like to join in on that shit?
I love how Ruben's like, ironically, Ben Shapiro's to my left, and Jordan Peterson's to my right. Get it? Because Ben weird. Shapiro's actually right. I'm like,
fucking complicated.
All right.
Oh, Ruben, you suck. God.
What a bitch.
Bitch.
Like, that's what you gotta be to make money? It's gross. I don't like it.
So the Hitch quote Grant just posted in chat. Perfect image. Now hand over the sharp stone for its genitalia so that I may do the work of the Lord.
That's Hitch, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Hitch. Yeah, I love that.
All right, so I'm gonna end this.
All right, cool.
All right, start making dinner.
It's messed
Thanks,
up.
guys, for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being my guest.
This is
It was
great.
nice talking to you guys. Love you.
Paul.
Happy birthday, Devin Fleethy.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Cool,
Nice
guys.
to see your
you
face,
later.
Paul. Bye.
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 Bye.